Against this right back, Charlie's definitely.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, man. Come on.
There's always just that active when that defenders have been given like. There's always just that active when that defenders have been given like. There's always just that active when that defenders have been given like.
Big up you lot tuned in, people. Deluded, I'm back again as usual. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases good night, depending on where you lot are in this world. Again, people, as you can see above my head is FA Cup settings. It's Tottenham Hotspurs against Manchester City. As an Arsenal fan, of course I'm a Manchester City fan for 90 minutes or until it looks like Spurs are going to win the game. Then I'm back in my Arsenal seat. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Smash the like button. Appreciative to all of you lot tuned in across Twitch and YouTube. It's a pleasure to be here with you lot. I am a bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. Arsenal went out the FA Cup. I'm a bit of a Scrooge. I know Christmas is done. Big up Jurgen Klopp. He's a Premier League legend and English hallmark. But I don't care about him winning something in his last season for Liverpool. I definitely don't want Spurs to end their trophy drought. And I don't think anyone can't be anything but jealous of Manchester City. I know in every religious book, jealousy is a sin, and it is. But from a footballing sense, how can you not hate greatness? I don't want none of the quote-unquote big teams. I don't class Spurs as that. One love to the Spurs fans that are on a Gooner's channel. You must be really deluded. But on a serious note, I don't want none of the big teams to do anything, you know. Take me back to the days of Cardiff versus Portsmouth in the FA Cup final. I don't want none of the big boys to win this because Arsenal have gone out and the big number 15 eludes us, man. Big up you lot tuned in. Shout out American Gooner, you're part of the furniture. Jay has said, I didn't know this game was today. Pleasure to watch it with you, DG. Come on, man. I appreciate that. We said I'm moving like David Raya. In fact, that's a dead example because the jury's still out on Ryan Ramsdale. I don't know why, but Arsenal Petr Cech, not the Buki one. I'm not going to lie, though. I think Spurs are going to do it. It seems like they always perform. I don't have no statistics to hand, but it just feels like Spurs are always up for a game against Manchester City. And I don't know, in the FA Cup, home, away, in the Premier League or whatever, it just seems like Spurs typically do well against Manchester City. And I know Pep won the treble, and the only way he can do better is the quadruple, which technically they can't do because Liverpool and Chelsea will be contesting that. The minimum is to achieve that again. And obviously it starts here with victory potentially for City's men. But I don't have the statistics to hand, but I'm pretty sure Spurs do all right against Manchester City. Allegedly, this will be the 15th game between Spurs and Chelsea. Are you really watching this? Spurs and Manchester City in the FA Cup, and the first since a fourth round replay in 03-04. Manchester City obviously won on that day. Moving on, Manchester City have lost all 5 of their away games in all comps at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Spurs, failing to score in every match. Manchester City losing 5 over the last visits to an away ground, unheard of. Not scoring as well. These are the things what I'm talking about, people. Spurs might do it, and as much as I definitely don't want Spurs to win, this is the FA Cup. This is where the magic happens. This is where upsets kind of happen, really. So we'll have to see. Allegedly, City have attempted 84 shots with 22 on target in 5 of those games without finding the net. Hopefully, it's 6th time and lucky. Spurs have won 12 of their last 13 home games in the FA Cup since losing 1-0 to Palace in 2016. Manchester City have won their last 21 FA Cup matches, not played at Wembley. Sorry, they have won. I'm reading 2 things. They've won their last 21 FA Cup matches not played at Wembley. That's crazy. Foden's been involved in 16 goals in 14 starts in the FA Cup for City with 5 assists and 11 goals. So I hope City can do it. I definitely hope City could do it, but I'm sure the Spurs fans are up for this. I'm sure all the 9-to-5ers looked up for this. City have looked on occasion vulnerable this season. I'm not going to lie, if Arsenal aren't going to win the league. Again, I don't know no Manchester City fans, so I would love City to just win everything again if that's going to be the case, man. Appreciative to all of you lot tuned in. Spurs will beat City. Unfortunately, I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. Unfortunately, I didn't see who Arsenal playing in the FA Cup. Could you tell me, please? Well, we're so good. We exited the tournament. When someone else wins it 14 times, only Manchester United can talk to us with the FA Cup. And you know what? Arsenal, we're Real Madrid of this. You know, Liverpool, when we play you in this, maybe not of recent, but you know what we've done. City, you know what we've done. Chelsea, Malik, pick up yourself. You know damn well what we've done against you in the FA Cup. Oh, big legend Diego Costa, pocketed by Mertesacker and Rob Holding, who can't buy starts in against Crystal Palace. And big up Nacho Monreal. You thought them man were Koscielny. Yes, Koscielny can catch a stray because he snaked us. When did you last win it? You know when we last won it. We've won it more recently than Chelsea. What are you talking about? If my memory serves me correct. Allow it. Agenda properly, man. Big up yourself, Daniel. I've actually met you before, man. Big up Reese. Like and share for people, for the friendliest, most knowledgeable and humble of football content creators. Feel like Jurgen Klopp at Anfield in his last game there, man. That's big praise on a Friday. Appreciative to that, man. And that's the sort of content comments that get the guy going, man. Chelsea, don't worry. You know, ain't you lot got Aston Villa? Emery, come on. Emery, come on. Because these lot are getting excited. I'm hearing Cole Palmer better than Saka shouts. You lot are forgetting yourselves. And this is where I'm looking at Arsenal funny because Spurs are in a transitional period like us with Postecoglou. He's doing well. City, when Pep leaves, they're still going to be there, but they ain't going to get another generational coach, man. United are in a rebuilding. They look like they're making moves off the basis of who they've brought in. Arsenal, we can come back some trophies if we fix up. Any cup finals this year. We have played in August, English Super Cup, played this very team. You know, in fact, the last 2 times Manchester City have played us, you see what happens. See what happens when Saliba's about. We don't know who Haaland is. Do your homework, man. Do your homework, man. Please, please, please. The cheek of you to come into my live stream. This should be, well, technically, I swear this competition is the Emirates FA Cup. This should be renamed after my football club, man. And I can't lie on a serious note, Malik. That's why I'm kind of vexed with Arteta and Arsenal, if I'm completely honest with you, because, well, the league and the champs is a bit of a myth. But if there was a cup final or something, it'd be great. And, you know, I'm only 28 and probably more so, I would say with the FA Cup, the older you are from 28 or them kind of ages, the more you kind of take it seriously. There was a period in the early 2000s, it felt like the FA Cup lost its magic, but this is a trophy. And as much as, you know, banter aside, as much as we, you know, I'd say more so the fans of clubs in the top 6, like say, oh, they want the champs and the Prem. All I always say is, yeah, footballers' career is short, you know. So you think how many active footballers are there in every top league? How many actually win trophies? How many people participating in this FA Cup this season will actually win it? Wait. As Chelsea fan gassing up West Ham, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. See what Pochettino is doing to you. Again, to the left and right of me, people on the screen, you know, you can see exactly the starting lineups. Spurs, who are about to, you know, we're about to obviously kick off in this game, but quickly, Vicario, Puro, Romero, Van de Veen, and Doggy, Højbjerg, Bentancur, Johnson, Kulusevski, Richarlison, and Werner. For the visitors, Manchester City, Ortega, Walker, Diaz, Ake, Guardiola, Kovacic, Rodri, Oscar Bobu obviously put himself in the headline scoring against Newcastle, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, and it should say Julian Alvarez. I don't quite know why it says Mateta there. Let me make them adjustments as soon as the game kicks off, people. I've done myself dirty there. Man said Mateta. I'm sure he would love to play for Manchester City. Done myself very dirty. When it kicks off, people, I'll make that change just because it looks like we're about to get into action. Now, I mean, it's freezing in England if you're not here, but I wouldn't have my window open anyways, but you can hear the Spurs fans making noise, so hopefully that quiets down. The visitors will kick off today, people. Oscar Bob is in the center circle. Make a name for yourself, man. I don't know what the saying is, but enemy of my friend or is my friend or something like that. Whatever this fancy saying is. Everyone's copying Mikel Arteta. Keeper's going long from the jump. Shameless agenda. It's gone out for a throw. And in a serious note, if I was a Spurs player, these are the games you should live for. Like, these are the biggest and baddest in the league. You want to see your true level. And it's not a free hit because you got out of a cup and Spurs, you know, don't really know about winning that. But if you lose to Manchester City, I don't think too many people are going to ask questions. So there's that fearless factor. Vicario, oh, speaking of fearless, he almost killed Destiny and Doggy so much he had to use his right foot. Romero's still probably sleeping, and it's a shoddy clearance from him. Fortunately, it doesn't look like Manchester City will create anything from that alone. Richarlison tried to win the free kicks, never going to get away with that. Can't defend like that if you want to do something positive in this trophy. It appears very early on, people. Again, barely a minute in, but it's going to be one of those games where, as much as there's quality in both sides, it's probably going to just be a fight, and we probably have to wait for the game to die down. I can't lie to you, look, 2024 is a crazy year. You know, Werner is actually back in the Premier League. Somebody actually bought Werner. Now that I said that, he'll probably back today. Ooh, what's Van der Veen doing here? To be fair, he's backed himself and he's done elegantly. But has he killed Højbjerg? Højbjerg has gone back home to Vicario. And again, playing against Manchester City, you have to be brave. There's going to be times, you know, you're going to get caught. And we've seen it already with Spurs' manager, Postecoglou. They're not going to change how they're going to play, man. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Dead there, man. Hey, what? Swear down, Chelsea are losing 1-0. Douglas Luiz gets in. All right, 0-0. Come on, Luiz. Come on. Hey, come to the Emirates. Malik, this is why in life, shut up, bro. Relax. Make sure you do your job before you run backs, because you might be joining us, Arsenal fans. Still, Romero's gone long. He's found Richarlison. Richarlison, decent hold-up play. Pedro Porro's tried to feed Kulusevski on the inside. Why? And it hasn't happened. Diaz. And it just is wave after wave, really. Word to the song from City. As soon as I've thought that the game's going to quiet down a bit, City are there. But to be fair with you, it is only 2 minutes in. Naturally, both teams will get tired. Spurs' defensive shape is good, and their attackers probably know they're going to have to put in a shift in and defend from the front. Kyle Walker, it is the Kyle Walker derby, back on his stomping ground. Might as well do what Messi does and leave your like he leaves his trophies at Barcelona. You might as well leave all them Leaper trophies at Spurs. Hopefully, Postecoglou don't win that. Not in personal Spurs fans. I just support Arsenal Football Club. You know, as much as I'm not really the most biased and I try to be neutral, you know, you lot are fundamentally the pagans. Bernardo Silva. And I was having this debate with my friend, people. And I think I might be making something out of nothing anyways. Because I think people... Oh, Rodri's done well there. Found Foden. Sorry. I don't think Kovacic... Horrible pass from him. Everybody knows, for instance, Bernardo Silva is a wonderful footballer. Like everybody knows that, you know, he's a quality player. In fact, you know, there's no superlatives to really and truly say about Bernardo Silva. He's a quality player. But does he get the props he deserves? I know he can score goals, and when he does score goals, it is either a very great finish or his fancy and all of that. But does he get his props? Because I do think guys like him that are very majestic, and what I grew up on what football was, majestic, artistry sort of thing. He's not going to get mad goals, mad assists, mad highlights. So everybody knows he's one of the best Premier League footballers around and one of the best in whatever position he plays in. But does he necessarily get his flowers? Sorry, forgot to say it got ruled out. All right. You're a bad guy. Cool. Say no more. Cool. You was playing chess. I was playing checkers. Hope you bang your little toe when you walk downstairs or something. But all right. Kyle Walker been tackled by Werner then. DG, not putting disrespect to Spurs, but players like Van der Veen and Doggy Madders, do you see them joining bigger clubs, or will Levy bully them to stay for a while? As Levy has shown, you got to pay the bread, innit? Like you know, Kane could have probably left time ago. Remember when he tried to engineer the City move? I mean, the same could be said at Arsenal with our star players. If you could find some at Chelsea and United, maybe the case. But I wouldn't say anytime soon. You never know, really. Van der Veen's quality has his destiny, and Doggy, Maddison, and them guys there, but they basically just got their foot in the door. The project is still somewhat exciting. Maybe a couple of years, if the project isn't projecting, then they'll consider it. Kyle Walker down this right-hand side. He's put a decent ball in. It's a great save by Vicario. I spoke too soon. Oscar Bob! Is it onside? No, brother, stay onside. I told you to make a name for yourself. Vicario, I thought he made a great save, but it actually looked like he fluffed at it. And Oscar Bob was offside. 5 minutes in, the deadlock should have been broken. It was a fantastic passage of play from Manchester City. Kyle Walker was on his bike, and Doggy was... It's probably too easy for him there. He hasn't stopped the cross. The first rule that you're told in football from a fullback. Foden's got on the end of it. It's a good reaction from Vicario, I thought initially, but then he's kind of flapped at it. And to be fair, it's a great bit of defending from the linesman. I don't know if VAR is going to get involved. Is there even VAR in the FA Cup in these rounds? It seems like they make it up as they go along. It did look like he was offside, but it all depends though, because if it's come off Vicario, I swear it's irrelevant. Pep, tell the people them to pay the peas. Let's go. Come on, match fixing settings, please. Spurs should get away with this, but the longer it goes on, the madder it gets. Please, please. And spare a thought for football fans that have made their way to the stadium, innit, people? Just got into the ground and you're seeing all of this. It looks, in fact, let me know. I don't know really what's going on. It felt like Spurs were going to, start kicking off again. And it looked like City players accepted that they weren't getting that. But everybody's still waiting. Is this a cup match? Yes, it's in the FA Cup, lad. With Bernardo Silva, he's unfortunate that his time in City is being outshined by Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne, but pound for pound is the best player in Europe. Well, he's one of them. He's one of them. I mean, I'm a bit biased to Bernardo Silva. I wanted him in his Monaco days and all of that, as I think everybody wanted that crop of players. Again, the check has been complete, and as much as we are frustrated with the checks and things like that, people, fair enough to the officials, better yet when they get it spot on. And to be fair, great call from the linesman. Play's going to recommence, people. So, yeah, Spurs' blushes are spared. And they're still on taking risks. Van der Veen, has he found someone? Richarlison, you've got to win fouls. Good. I was about to praise him for his hold-up play. In fact, him and Werner is Banduli, but Spurs still have possession. Going to need a knock from their front line. They're going to need to knock it into the channels on occasion for Werner, because to be fair, Richarlison is doing a decent job of the given goals. Destiny and Doggy, he tried to play it forward and they've been caught. I can't lie. Imagine playing against City's play. Forget the ability, just the way they play, the aggression, the press. It's a mazza, really and truly. It's crazy. Vicario, he's killed his fullback there, really. He's killed Brendan Johnson there. Who is that? Guardiola, has he still got the ball? Second best Premier League striker after Henry. Put me on the spot. I need to think. Striker. Dennis Bergkamp, easy. Striker's a technical one, because I think there's a lot, and I really need to sit down and think. There's a lot of people that have a shout, but I would say players after Henry. For me, Cristiano Ronaldo, and then it's all kind of debatable. Suarez, nah, not in the Prem, and not taking away nothing Luis Suarez did in the Premier League. He is one of them, but you're talking best ever. I think it's not that he's not in the conversation. I think there'd have to be some other names thrown. Like you got Ruud van Nistelrooy, you got so many. There'd be some that have to be thrown out before him. Julian Alvarez, first time I've said his name, gives it to Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob, swear down, he left footed. Okay. Jogba's a shout. He wouldn't be my first. Aguero's probably a shout. I think Suarez is the better player, but in the Prem, what they've done, then yeah, I kind of go with that as well. Don't forget to smash the like button if you haven't done such already, folks. And let's hope we see some goals in this sooner rather than later. Oh, what's YouTube saying here? 1 second, people. Still here. I can't lie. City, they're going to have to make it count sooner rather than later. I wonder what's going on in Walker's mind right now. Winning, in my opinion, like obviously you're playing at Spurs, there'll always be an attachment for you, but you've got a job to do, and you need to give the best performance for yourself, for your teammates, for everybody watching, and all the fans and all of that jazz, isn't it? And like you've done this, like it's like Declan Rice probably 2 years from now, next season even, or really and truly, it's like cool when you play your first game against your former club. I understand that you did your thing. But like, it's not that the gloss has fallen off, but it's allow it now, and it's business now. To be fair, Spurs are still committed to playing out from the back. Gotten away with it on occasion, but you make your own luck in life, really. Højbjerg, even guys like him backing themselves. I rate Postecoglou. I hope he don't achieve anything for Spurs. Jury's obviously still out, but from the jump, he's identified the philosophy. He's showing right now, like if you get him some decent players, what he could do. And his players are letting him down, speaking of that, because they've given it straight back to City. Will this result in a goal? Bernardo, bank it, please. Oh, it's hit a Spurs player. Again, I was just talking about Spurs need better players, and Højbjerg just looked like he almost let down his teammates. And speaking of that, and Doggy cleaned up very well, but he's giving it away. Bernardo Silva, Julian Alvarez. See, bro, you're not going to do nothing for Argentina when Messi goes. You're not the truth. You're not the truth. You showed me. I can't lie. I don't know what Spurs or City players were doing there. It's very Sunday League-esque. Van der Veen just clotted it into Rose Ed. He's a good defender, man. You would have seen that in the Bundesliga. I like the way he reads the game. He's deceivingly quick as well. Like, he gets his teammates out of problem. Very classy defender, man. Oh, yeah, Rooney, defo up there. Best, for me, if I had to say best Prem players, it gets techie. Let's say attackers. Let's just say attackers, because then, like, it just goes left with everything. Henry's definitely there. Bergkamp is definitely there. De Bruyne is definitely there. Ronaldo is definitely there. Rooney is definitely there. Salah is 100% there. Aguero, of course. There's so many that could be thrown into Eden Hazard, Alexis Sanchez. There's so many great players, man. Hey, Mike, I can't lie. To be honest, this is probably, for Kyle Walker, this is probably a welcome distraction, because his group chat must be banter. It must have been a very awkward day the next day in training, and his name is ringing bells. Julian Alvarez has found the man we was just talking about, Kyle Walker. Can he find a teammate? He's tried to cut it back. Rodri squares it. Kovacic strikes. Corner kick, Manchester City. Modric, Xavi, or Iniesta? Ooh, some good questions on the Friday. Malik, that's a good question, man. I might have to be biased, because out of all of them, I would say Iniesta is my favorite. Not to take anything away from Xavi, Modric, but Iniesta's dribbling was wavy. I'm not saying they couldn't do it. Cross into the box. Vicario's hit it clear. It's falling to Bernardo Silva. Spurs have relieved the pressure for now, yeah, but like, Xavi cold, Modric lit, like outside the foot. I don't think, no, Kyle Walker, great skill to avoid Richarlison. I don't think, you see when Modric does that outside the foot, that's something he's been doing from 8 years of age. You can't teach that. And what I think people forget is them kind of things that he's doing. Do you know how much power you need to generate? Vicario has saved the shot from Alvarez. And Luka Modric just gets better year in, year out. I think this might be his last season at Madrid personally, or his last kind of significant player sort of season. Even that, been on the bench quite frequently. Looks like they're kind of trying to move on from Toni Kroos and him. Richarlison's done well to earn a foul. Big up my guy Zims. Make sure you're following him if you're into Twitch and things, or if you're into Football Manager. He's also on YouTube on Football Manager as well. So yeah, still waiting on him to give me some tactics so I can win the quadruple, because that game is a stress. Modric is lit, but Iniesta won his nation's first World Cup. Big up Modric for getting Croatia there. It's just the dribbling for me. Like, Iniesta's close control was lit. Like, Iniesta just a bit more proactive. But then you could say Modric, and you have to. I know Xavi's kind of ruining his footballing reputation with how he's managing, but the player, absolutely amazing. But then again, Xavi and Iniesta, it's like they come as a package, really. Kovacic tried his best Iniesta impression. I think he's actually given away a corner to Spurs. It'd be funny if Spurs score from this. Bro, that live stream had me that. Listen, Football Manager is a stress. It's a great game, but if you don't play that, don't start. That's my advice to you lot. Don't start. Tough, but Iniesta is tough, Mike. Hey, Mike, you know, boo. You agree with me, see? You know, boo. Van der Veen is a monster. How we allowed Spurs to get him, and we got Kirill catching it straight. Oscar Bob needs to be careful, really, because Richarlison's bullying him at this set piece. And I think personally, not that I'm happy Spurs didn't. I think Spurs should have made more of that. Timo Werner goes backwards to Højbjerg. At least he's brought something to the table. Dreading my trip to the Etihad to watch Burnley on Wednesday. We always concede 5 there. Even our teams that could defend could be 7 this time. Reese, man, now you lot got this. We need, I'm not going to lie, if Liverpool kind of get scared because Klopp's leaving, if City drop more points, does one start to dream again? Nah, you lot have got this, man. I know you lot have got this. But then again, it might give you might have to give your team some credit, because I think Company's quite naive, but they try and play. But yeah, you know how it gets for City. You could hold a lot, but it's a free hit of sorts. A painful day, but a free hit nonetheless. I think you lot will do better than you think, man. What's your most controversial football opinion, or top 3 if you have? I don't really care how good. Again, I think everybody knows that, like, you know, the football on this channel is certified, and if you're here, you understand football at the deeper levels and these things. So we can all say that, yeah. So myself included. So I understand why goalies have to be able to play with their feet and defenders need to be able to play with their feet and all these things. But I don't care about that. I still think you need to do what you need to do. I would say no matter what anybody does, Ronaldinho's the best ever. No, don't matter who scores a million goals, what they do, Ronaldinho's better than all of them. Messi's better than him, but he's not better than him. It makes no sense, but it makes sense. Ronaldinho best ever. Thierry Reid, one of the best ever. Like, I'm an Arsenal fan. Wenger, best ever manager in the Prem. Big up Ferguson in that. And Pep, but no, there'll never be another one like him. What other ones are there? I wouldn't say they're quite controversial. I might not say it or it might not come across in videos, but I'm actually in favor of VAR. Like, I actually want to see that. In fact, I would say you know what? I hate the modern day. Even the players I praise, I hate the modern day. Call me a nostalgia City down this left-hand side, the final action lacking. Call me a nostalgia merchant and all of these things. I hate how modern football is played. I hate fans' opinions on it. I hate the Twitter agenda stuff. I hate the fact of like it's just about stats. I hate tactics. I hate the technical level of footballers. Like, how many footballers in today's day and age can you, regardless of how old you are, yeah? Let's say I'm 28. You know, let's say 22 and upwards if you're one of them. Sorry if you're missing out. 22 and upwards, some of you are probably 60. Think about all the footballers throughout time you've ever enjoyed watching, yeah? Do you really enjoy football in today's day and age? Like, really enjoy? Do you enjoy watching football? Like, is the quality of football good? No. Yeah, there's inverted fullbacks and there's all these crazy things, but no, it's not. Like, how many footballers do we enjoy? Do you guys enjoy watching in today's day and age? Like Messi, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I haven't seen anything Messi's done live in real time in MLS. Highlights and that. So I'll claim Messi, but Messi, cool. Neymar when fit, but man, I'm not watching El Hilal and all them things. Myth, but Neymar. I like watching Mbappe. I'm trying not to even say Arsenal. There's probably some more, but really and truly, where? The Brazilians are not even Brazilian again. You got Brazilians called Andre. Like, it's gone, man. You're actually lucky to see the Prem at its prime. I hear that. Do you know what? Another offside. I'd say, looking back in hindsight, football probably died for me. I want to say after like 06, but that's even more nostalgia on that because Brazil kind of died after that from a footballing sense. Probably after 010, it was dead, man. After 010, it probably became dead. Like, because it's just about systems now. Obviously, managers will sit here and say, oh, yeah, the individuals make the system. And they're right. All of these things work. 100%. All of these things are right. But from what I see, it's all a system. And then the players kind of have to fit into it and maneuver a certain sort of way. Madison's on the bench. Carlisle, I thought he would have got a start. They're not enjoyable. Like, and again, more I hate the fact that you could play crap, but if you score in the 90th minute, and these things happen, you've been amazing. If your sofa score rating is green, you're lit. Like, I hate it. I thought Pedro Porro and Alvarez, the camera angle, I thought we was going to see early handbags. 19 minutes in, apart from a goal from Oscar Bob ruled out for offside, which was the correct call, you're not missing anything. When I was in school, I grew up on Van Persie, Cess, Nasri as the ballers in secondary. Hey, same. Bro, even guys like Nasri. Do you know, even if half of these guys that were lit are not going to get mad stats in today's day and age, corner kick for Spurs. Can't lie, the game's kind of settled. Spurs looking to throw a bit more punches. Speaking of Van Persie, did you hear how he called Man U his home and put down the Arsenal fans? In his heart, he don't mean that. But if that is your home, fair enough, I hear it. But he don't mean that. And I can't blame him. I might maneuver like him as well if I was a pagan. Like, you know, he won a trophy, well, significant trophy there. So, yeah, do your thing, man. Nice guy, man. But fuck Van Persie, man. I 100% agree, DG. I couldn't have put it any better. I appreciate that, man. Like, that's why for me, when I see people like, and again, I'm pushing an agenda, but Odegaard, Pedri, I'm like, these are guys I like to watch play. Like, the wingers got no end product, and like the out and out chalksman guys ain't really got end product. And the best, most prolific forwards today, they're not wingers, it's wide forwards. JJ Okocha lit again. That's when, again, even when the Prem was more entertaining them times, man. Bring back the Wengers and the Redknaps and the Allardyces and the Paul Jewells and the Steve Bruces. These guys were gold, man. Hey, man, good to see you doing other games. I always like your analysis of Arsenal, but I'm a Spurs fan, so good to hear you on another game. Fat of the land. That's a crazy name. I appreciate that. Sorry for the shade I throw about your club, but it's football, man. It's a big game. Pedro Porros round Brennan Johnson. I'm not going to lie. The last Spurs game I watched with you lot, Brennan Johnson was dog crap. Absolute bin juice. He's been okay today. Romero. And as I said, the game's kind of settled. Obviously, Spurs kind of had to withstand a lot of pressure from City, but now they're throwing moves together of their own. Kyle Walker wins the first header. Diaz wins the second. I said it within the first 2 minutes. They're going to need a lot more from Werner. Maybe Werner's one of those that as the legs start to get tired and, you know, both teams throw punches, they can look to find him in the channels. I must admit, I'm sure the team sheet says Kulusevski. He's a wonderful player. I ain't really seen him. Here he is. Well, gonna pretend I didn't see that. And to be fair, Spurs have won it back almost instantaneously as well. I agree. Right now, under 30s, pound for pound, the best player is Mbappe. 10 years ago, Messi was getting 92 goals and people was watching Neymar live in Brazil. Spurs have some defending to do, and it's that man, Van der Veen. Quality player, man. Like I said earlier, why I like him is he reads the game well and he uses his pace to get his teammates out of very difficult, lost for words how good I think he's defending his situations. Don't know what I was going for. Rodri has found his left back. He's found Julian Alvarez. I will say, though, City, quote unquote, look threatening, but they look like it looks like a typical attacking performance from City as to why they kind of have that hoodoo for all the shots and the possession. They don't seem to play well away against Spurs and seem to be struggling in terms of goals. Kyle Walker, not the best of passes to Phil Foden. He has earned a corner. Werner is Havertz mark too. Must be incredibly frustrating players. And why they're even more frustrating is Havertz and Werner, they look like players that you need to... and that's, you know what, controversial take. I understand like players are a softer touch and things like that. But I personally think a lot of players are babies into that. To go back to what Malik said, a lot of players are babies. I understand losing your confidence, needing an arm around your shoulder, galvanization, togetherness, all them buzzwords and that. But if you're at a club trying to achieve things, get your own headspace. One good game don't make you. One bad game don't break you. And it seems like there's too many. Like, I actually think Mudryk, for example, for Chelsea could be a hit. Obviously, it looks like a transitional period, and I don't know if they'll have time to persist. But he looks like someone that, if he's really confident, 2-3 games on the spin, he'll be a serious Bobby Dazzler. He's feeling no confidence. 5 games or so, he's going to be absolutely anonymous. And I kind of hate those kind of players. Spurs could be in it. Pedro Porro, I don't know if the offside flag will be risen. Did the offside flag come up? Had it have not come up, I think it stayed down. Pedro Porro is quite decent in terms of assisting in the final third. It's good play from Ortega to be off his line early, but could he have found Richarlison? Spurs really could have been in there. Come on, Spurs. Come on, Tottenham. I don't care if I support Arsenal. Please win. That looks like a Trojan horse. That's a myth. I feel like analytics killed football. It's like us signing Turner because the analytics said he was good with the ball at his feet. Makes no sense. I don't know for Turner, but I'd also throw in the fact of he looked like a stopgap signing. We just needed someone, maybe a bit of marketing because we're always going to America. We're owned by Americans, and he is also American, really and truly. And he's probably happy to sit on the bench. But I guess that is the case in terms of football because analytics said, allegedly, Arteta said that, you know, that's why we signed Tavares. So someone clearly didn't watch him kick a ball. I think more so with the fans, man. I think I'll never talk down technology and like, I love Arsene Wenger. He was the first to revolutionize, you know, the reason you're seeing forcing it a bit because he, you know, but Postecoglou, Pep, Klopp, all these foreign managers that have achieved anything in the game is because Wenger dared to be the first one. Let's not forget when Wenger entered these shores, how he was spoken about and a madman for getting rid of ketchup and it's advanced. So he set the way. But so I think in clubs it's less, but with the fans, you can find any statistics without context that can make one player look very good or very bad. And I'm not against something like expected goals if I worked in a football club, because obviously if I'm doing certain analytics around the striker, expected goals might tell me a certain sort of story, or I might have a certain narrative about that player. This might be telling me something else. So I'm never against that. But this expected goals crap that everybody's coming out with, oh, he's not scoring, but the XG is coming out. And I hear that. I hear it. It makes sense. But like, it's dead. Bernardo Silva, if I'm Kulusevski, next 50-50, you're in trouble, you know. Because it's not a life-threatening injury or anything, but you're a naughty boy. You know when someone's gone up for a header and people barge you? As a fullback, that is the thing that pees me off. That is now if, you know, I'm standing behind you and stepping on your heels, I'm jumping up for headers and doing that. That is what will get me going. Brendan Johnson, you could never say you're fouled. City could be in here. Julian Alvarez doesn't square it. Squares too late. Kovacic shot is blocked, but that is poor. Werner looked like that, tried to be a first touch, but Spurs have counter-attacked. Kulusevski, you don't want to pass to Werner. Werner made a breaking run forward. He weren't on it. I see that look. Werner, your teammates don't believe in you, you know. First time we've had a starting back four for ages. Not gonna lie, fat. It's annoying because, you know, your mate Spurs are making signings. I think Postecoglou's a decent gaffer. You're getting your players back. Maddison is obviously on the bench, and a lot of the other troops have arrived. I might suggest it is now more machine and less art. The modern managers create a machine and the players are the cogs. Artist license has been revoked. There you have it. He's articulated it well there. I wish I could frame that. You might as well sit here. Exactly that. Exactly that. And that's why I'm going to miss Messi. We always say it. Like, you know, I'm sure those that watch Maradona said we'll never see a player like him. And you won't ever, no individual player is the same, 100%. But like, now that Messi's gone, who is the guy? I don't care what who's given Ballon d'Or. Who is the guy? Like, there's none of them. Destiny and Doggy looked like he swept up defensively well there, and he's actually won a free kick. The only thing City are doing poorly, final third, it's absolutely horrible from them, man. Exactly, no one. Like, who is the guy? Like, who captures the neutrals? Like, and I do. In fact, Malik. To go back to your question, I don't like the whole. I've never really liked. Obviously, I'm Arsenal till I die. We're all tribal to a degree, but like I don't like the whole tribalism taking you to being biased. And I've always loved Arsenal, but I'm a fan of the game first, innit? And I don't really like fans that are not like that, even though I get it. But I feel like we've always been like Ronaldinho's never played for Arsenal. I support Arsenal, but. You know, like there's them people that just support Messi or just support Ronaldo. Like that's their life. That's everything. Like that stuff to me is weird. As much as I hate Spurs, I do like Big Ange's style. And he seems to have a good eye for talent as well. Frustrating. Imagine Alonso coming and dunking on Arteta. I don't need that kind of stress. But hey, deal with these things when they get there, man. Honestly, swap Nketiah for Alvarez. I think if that ever went through, you know, Arsenal would catch a fraud case, really. But this is what I mean about Edu, man. Wait, I know you're from Brazil, but like these kind of guys were sitting there in River Plate and that in South America. You should know about all them guys. Phil Foden and City. Once again, City have done all right. But once they're getting into the final third, it's quite horrible from a team of their standards. And you've seen Spurs are giving it as good as they're getting, but you've seen games like this where City end up conceding. I did watch Tavares before he joined Arsenal in the Europa League when Saka murdered the guy. Should have seen the red flags. There you have it. Man City, Rodrigo, 87th minute. People are probably in love with their story, or maybe they look it. I hear it, but it's like I'm not saying don't love the players and held them up and things like that. Like there's probably a lot of Egyptian brothers who just support Mo Salah because they've got dreams to be a footballer, they're living their dreams for him. But it's just weird, man. And I do feel, especially with Messi and Ronaldo, like it's okay to like love Messi as a footballer, but like give Ronaldo his flowers and vice versa. And I can't lie, I judge football knowledge on if people rate Neymar or not. I'm not saying you have to like Neymar, but there's people that don't rate Neymar, which is crazy. Don't forget Joey Barton tried to say he's a YouTube baller and they hated it. Kevin De Bruyne will make the difference once again. Heartbreak settings for Spurs fans, if that's the case. Vicario, keeper. He's too calm for a keeper. And you know how Vicario knows he's wrong because he's done that thing, what man do at football, when they're dilly-dallying on the ball, they lose it or they give it away, then they start screaming at everyone and probably shouting, where's my options? You know he did wrong. Manchester City's Diaz has found Ake. My brother went from Arsenal to Tottenham to Liverpool because of Lloris and Salah. Big up your brother, but I wouldn't trust him, but I wouldn't. Any man or woman that can change football teams, boy, don't get in relationships with them. Don't be in situations with them. Blood might not be thicker than water. Hey, Van de Beek, bro, too many of these Spurs players are calm on the professional footballers, matter of fact, because sometimes Arsenal do that stuff, and I'm like, whoa. Ball over the top from Pedro Porro. That's lovely, to be fair. Ortega's off his line from early. Like, who can you look at and say he'll win us a game? Who's Arsenal's difference maker? Right now, there's been a lack of them in it, really and truly. But if everybody's fit and firing, everyone makes the difference in their own way. But typically, for the last few years, it's been Bukayo Saka. Martinelli as well. That's about it, really. Obviously, Declan Rice doing his thing, but I would probably give it Gabriel or Saliba. They're the ones, even back to last season, where, you know, the defense has kind of changed. Well, last 3 years ago, since Arsenal have started, you know, the season we lost out to Spurs on top 4 to this point, I give big Gabriel centre half it, but obviously he's a defender, because I've never thought he gets his flowers for the cojones he shows, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, we do need a couple of them, man, if I'm completely honest with you. I would put Bowen in for England instead of Saka at the moment, no bias. I mean, the way Saka's performing, a lot of players, but, you know, I'm never going to agree to that, full bias included, man. Players like Matt Letizia, fans of the game from all tribes, could fall in love with the beautiful game. There you have it. For me, I like footballers that, like someone said, Modric, do magical things. Like, I just think today and age, you don't have to be able to do it. I think a lot of football fans personally don't watch the game. And if they do watch the game across 90 minutes, they're watching it through vested agendas. And a lot of them are just on their phones and running agendas. And a lot of people don't watch games. They go on these websites that put up player ratings, and then there's issues. A lot of people probably believe, or like, if a certain influencer or journalist or someone says something, they go along with it. I don't know what it is. You know, we see this far too frequently in the modern day. You know, you'd imagine with the TV rights and all the money that's involved, these referees or whoever is in charge of their walkie-talkies and gadgets and that would make sure these things work and are charged. But we're all waiting for the officials. He's flirting with her. He's flirting with her. They bust his jokes. He's flirting. Your missus is going to see. And he's flirting with the gal behind her. Your missus is going to see. You're going to get in trouble, mate. Like, risks. Appreciate that wonder, man. Bergkamp, Letizia, Zola, technicians mostly gone nowadays. Exactly. They've been coached out of their game, really. Football's not... It's either 11 difference makers or 11 people that can stick to a system, if I'm honest. You're right. And I always say, like, throughout my journey as a content creator, I met many people, but I'd say the only time I've genuinely been starstruck was Zola. Like, I'm just looking at him and saying, you know you're Zola, innit? You know you're Zola, innit? Like, the way he's talking about football, that's the closest I will get to speaking to a Wenger or Pep Guardiola. He was on that angle. Man, a few words, soft-spoken, small guy. Just, you could just feel the aura and the footballing class just oozing off him. So, like, bro, madness. We're still waiting for this to happen, by the way. Echeverri's lit, man. Some of you would have seen us covering the under, what was it, 17s World Cup or whatever it was. Either way, we was watching that. I saw a thread on Twitter the other day saying, what's your favorite genre of players? Me personally, a goal scoring midfielder. A shithouser. I'm not going to lie. Kind of probably going against everything. A shithouser. A shithouser. That's why 50 Cent is one of my favorite rappers ever, on top of just being lit. Like, he's on rattling. Like, I love that. I love that. I love that. I think you need that. You need them crazy guys in your team if you want to win anything. And it'd be interesting to know in the current game who's probably them. I'd say Robertson. Them players that you might admit their quality, but you hate them because they play for others, because they do this foolishness to your team. I'd say that. Mavericks, man. And as much as they're frustrating, you know, them players that they got the ability to score 20 goals in a game, but on one day they might just go missing. Like, the kind of, like, them weird kind of St. Maximin kind of guys, Payet kind of guys, obviously Neymar kind of guys. Yeah, I know. I'm a hypocrite. I was talking about the intricacies of the game, but you want honesty. That is it. I do like it. I do like the rattling. I can't lie. The Rudiger stuff. I like it. You know, two of my favorite managers ever, Arsene Wenger, sees everything beautiful in your fellow man and human being and all of that. But then you've got Jose Mourinho. Like, them collide them together, man. So yeah. At least I can say I was a hypocrite. Goal scoring midfielders. Depends though, because nostalgia aside, I'm sure when you look at the numbers of half the midfielders, obviously Lampard comes to mind when you say goal scoring midfielder. But I'm sure when you look at the vast majority of I look at the vast majority of midfielders I've rated, Probably ain't got the maddest of goal returns, but I'll definitely like them in the team. It looks like 10 minutes before halftime, we'll finally get to see a restart, people. As you know, the linesman apologies. It weren't even Paul Tierney has fixed up whatever he's fixing up. He just wanted 10 minutes on TV, man. I hear it. He wants to WhatsApp his mom, say, Baba Proud. All right, Martin, yo. he sounded like he smoked a million cigarettes. See, I miss them days because Spurs were really good, man. I remember, like a lot of my friends are Spurs fans. I remember they used to gas up me, though, man. The first day in my life that you lot finished ahead of us, I was like, yeah, okay. Welcome to the adult world. Childhood is really dead. Because there was a lot of years where honestly, I would have thought Spurs would finish ahead of us, but we'd always do it. And the first year it actually happened, I was like, nah. Like, I'm 28. I lived with that. Like, that death taxes are like, that was a given. Everything changes in life, innit? It's peak. Destiny and Doggy has possession. He's found Højbjerg. I love Kulusevski as a footballer. You know, there are some Spurs players that actually like a lot, like Kulusevski. I do think Romero's a bit overrated. He's a bit of a liability at times, but Romero, Van der Veen, is hard not to like him. And again, glid pass wins a foul. Jude Bellingham there. I hear it with the Maddison one. But them kind of Maddison, he can play as an 8, but like them Maddisons and them Odegaards and all of that, it's not really my central midfielder. Like, you'd be playing a 10. Odegaard, Maddison, you lot would be 10s for me in my system. Like, you lot would be 10s. So I do hear it. And Jude Bellingham, very complete footballer. Yeah, go back to what we said earlier about how many footballers do you enjoy. I'd throw Jude Bellingham into that. Do you know who I actually enjoy to watch? And he's at the very start of his career. That Yamal guy at Barcelona. I like Gavi as well. I love Kulusevski because he did the Benteke celebration against City on his birthday. I hear it. Yeah, I like Bruno Fernandes. I have an appreciation, but I would hate you in my team if I was a manager. I think you're too wasteful with the ball, but I have to imagine, they're encouraging that. Like, that's one thing I hate. I hate wasteful midfielders. I understand there's a trade-off between you can't be that safe because you have to take risks to kind of play that game, but too wasteful, man. Very frustrating. Even when he scores, Bruno Fernandes doesn't do much. Like, yeah, he's a S-Housery Don and he'll get into it with the ref and he will put in a shift, but he's frustrating. Destiny and Doggy, who you can go on my YouTube channel, 2019. Unfortunately, I made a video saying to sign him. And every now and again, Spurs fans, it must pop up in their algorithm. They're like, yeah, he's at Spurs. Come on, he's Spurs. The internet could be funny at times. Romero does well there. To be fair, that's what training with Messi does for you. Everyone just feels like they've got the magic touch. Bruno Fernandes upsets the entire team with his mood. He's not a captain. I don't know how he's become captain, man. He must hold more clout in the dressing room. Werner has tried to find a teammate. Pedro Porro's done in the courtesy of at least being able to bring down the ball. It didn't really help the fullback's case, but Werner's trying, man. I think Werner's a player, literally, just ball in behind, just run, man. If you can do something, you can do something. I think when it's time to actually play football, you're in trouble. Werner finds Kulusevski. Kulusevski, the shot is blocked, but he has the cross, tries to play a 1-2 with Werner. And that's why you saw earlier, you don't want to pass to them kind of brothers. That is fantastic from Kyle Walker. The ref said it hasn't gone out, which I think he did. And it was great strength. Paquette is lit. But he might be in trouble soon, and he's got the gambling thing. He might not get away with that one. I'm on to Edu. Him and Bruno Gomara should have been at the carpet. I'd hate Fernandes at Arsenal. Such a whine on crying about everything. Not a captain. Good player, not a captain. Just looks like he relishes being a big fish in a small pond. Like, Bruno Fernandes he's not humble enough on a football pitch. I'm sure he's humble in real life. Never taken a box in his mouth. It is one of the arts. It is dark, but it's one of the arts. I mean, as much as I love the beautiful game, Kulusevski's glid past Bernardo Silva. As much as I love the beautiful game, I live in England, innit? Like, and whether it's Premier League, Sunday League, League 1, 2, whatever, you're not going to, even if you play prime tick-a-tacker football, you are not getting out of that league or winning anything unless you're on smoke. It's the reality. So that's probably why I love it. That's BS, man. As soon as he's getting his City move, the betting rumors happen, shows you that people out to ruin your career. Telling too many people. Because he probably told one of his friends or two of his friends, said, don't tell anyone. He's told his missus. His missus has told the younger brother. Too many people have made it bait. Højbjerg's done very well, and he's found Werner. Oh, that is... I don't know if Richarlison actually would have made contact with that. Nonetheless, Nathaniel Ake, is it, or is it Nathan? Either way, Ake, great from you. Kovacic has done well to bring the ball forward. Oscar Bob thought Kovacic would have went for the give and goal. Could this be a counter-attack that ends in a goal? Rodri's lost his footing. Duppy hit him. Bernardo Silva squares it to Rodri. It's blocked. Again, Kovacic is blocked. Oscar Bob, no, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it, Oscar Bob. You wanted one touch too many. I saw it. That was your moment. You're not going to make it. You're going to get sold from City soon. You're a good player. You're gone. Dortmund in 2 years. You're gone. You're not going to make it. You took one touch too many. He tried to set himself. He has won a corner. And obviously, I'm being a bit dramatic, but you're not going to make it. Those are moments that make you. Corner kick to City. Kevin De Bruyne isn't on the pitch. Be interesting to see what set piece routine City do. Another underrated aspect of the game, really. That's actually one thing I've liked with the modern day. Like the emphasis on set pieces and doing little things. Oh, Diaz needs to get off the keeper. It's another corner. Mystic DG calling it. I hope so. Now that I've said it. He's not going to make it, man. One touch too many, and to be fair, several Spurs shirts would have flown at it way before it got Vicario, and it would probably, the shot wouldn't have had enough quality to even test the keeper significantly. But had his first, and that's why the best thing you can have in football is a good first touch. Better first touch. He probably does score, really work the keeper, but he didn't. So yeah, man, that's why he's there. I know he's a second striker, but Muller scores goals from deep. Thomas Muller, one of my favorite players as well. Favorites an exaggeration. Just a word just below favorites. I do like you though, because the way he plays so ugly, but it's beautiful. But like, there's a ugliness and a beautiful thing about the simplicity. And he's not glamorous, but he's so intelligent. Like, you're never going to watch anyone who says they watch Thomas Muller highlights on YouTube. They're a liar, man. Yeah, 1-2 goals, but you're a liar. But he's fantastic. Kulusevski, can he get Spurs out of there? We sold Richarlison short there. It's collided off the City, man. Kulusevski will give chase. GB's Nathaniel Ake's headed it out for a throw-in for Spurs. Muller is annoying. He thinks Ronaldo is better than Messi. I've clocked Muller, man. He just likes getting on the net and rattling. He's lying, man. Who's everyone's favourite Arsenal player of all time? Where do we start? Thierry Henry, Robert Perez, Patrick Vieira. Some Arsenal fans are gonna hate me, and I know he snaked it, but Ashley Cole, Tony Adams, Ian Wright, Perez. If I haven't said that, it's long if we go that far back, and all of them really. Lomberg. Shout out my mum, she wouldn't let me do the red hair thing in primary school, like all the part of my language. All the white kids got to do that. Like, they all got to do the red in primary school. I wanted to get that. My mum was like, not having it. It was vexed, remember crying and that. Vexed. Pedro Porro is fallen to Bernardo Silva, unfortunately. On the let's say, when did Alexis no, when should we have a cut-off price? Give me a cut-off price. Favorite Arsenal players or cut-off point in the 2000s, people. Someone, anyone. Big up you lot. Very entertaining stream with you lot. It's here with Vicario. It's a shame we haven't seen no goals, however, folks. Well, we have. It just was offside. But still, Romero, to be fair with you, this is good for Spurs so far. Again, I don't think this goes to extra time. There's surely a replay now. Pardon me, they might take that. Ooh, can Brendan Johnson keep that in? I think he's shown great strength there, but yeah, he can't. Show my age, but I become Arsenal as soon as the Emirates era started. So Cesc, Cazorla, Ozil, and them kind of ballers. I hear it. So let's cool. Let's say from 06 to now then, when the Emirates opened, or 07, whatever you want to call it, 06, 07. Football stopped for Arsenal fans around them times anyways. But it says Fabregas, 100%. I won't include Henry. Oscar Bob, where's his support? That's a great ball over the top for City. By City. He squares it to Foden. You know what? Foden's finally back in the beef. He tried a thing, but it would have asked a lot for him. Maybe 1-2 subs for City, if anything, man. They look good, both teams. But once City get into the final third, there's nothing. To be fair, Oscar Bob had nothing on. Shout out to Phil Foden. And who is that? Julian Alvarez. Poor, really, from City. No support for the young player. And he's probably showing Oscar Bob you need a tiny bit more quality on the delivery. And Phil Foden defo could have done better. We've got 6 minutes of added on time. Ooh. Rodri tried to turn on the ball. And Doggy said, forget that. And he's surely earned the free kick. I don't think Rodri can have any complaints about that. But early 2000s, Mesut Ozil, he had a lot of problems. But if you truly understand football, you know how elegant Mesut Ozil was. Alexis Sanchez, Jack Wilshere, Samir Nasri, he snaked it. Van Persie snaked it, says Fabregas, my guy. Arshavin, 100% Arshavin. I'm going to say it from now, personally. Declan Rice, Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, they're there already. Who else must be missing? Ramsey was an ugly footballer to watch across 90 minutes, but Ramsey was my guy. Bernardo Silva, did he not make someone? People sleep on the technical level. Kovacic, +1, +2. Not going to lie, Arteta. I said it in the summer, like, if we're going to get anyone from Chelsea, forget Mason Mount and forget Kai Havertz. Kovacic. He could have been all right for us. Guardiola caught in possession, and Spurs, can they flip this game on its head? Who else is there? Hileb. Oh my, Hileb. Rosicky, even though he rubbed out. Santi Cazorla. Sorry for not saying your name a lot sooner. How could I? Aubameyang. Gallas, forget him. Snaky, brother. The forgotten man, Rosicky. Changing my choice between Rosicky and Ramsey. I hear it. Big up Queen in the South. Who's the baddest bee in the UK market? I don't know. I don't know. Miss Banks Lodge. I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. Football team. Probably one of them still. Them ones there still. My hot take when I was younger, I loved Bentner. My guy used to start for me every time in FIFA 13, but my favourite was Ozil. I'm not gonna lie. One thing that I found cringy, not you, but I found it cringy is Arsenal fans, like some Arsenal fans overlove Nicholas Bentner and like Lord Bentner and all this. This guy's crap, bro. Man, forgetting when I swear we played Barcelona, he saved a shot on the line. There's an injury there for Brendan Johnson. I hope he's all right. I'm sure he saved a shot on the line. Numerous comical misses. Adebayor about to beat him up where we got smoked. The worst every time Arsenal have lost to Spurs, whatever year it was, I'm sure we held like 3, 4, 5 in the League Cup against them midweek because I went to school the next day. I'm sure I'm not making this up. Man down for Spurs. We hope he's all right. Bentner was crap, bro. Even the love for Jenkins, he's an Arsenal fan. Big him up for that. He's living the dream. But he's crap. Almunia, nobody likes you. But you as Meady, on my life, Ospina. Some Arsenal fans try and make out Ospina was crap. Absolute bin juice. Big up all the dealers and Glenn Hoddle, they're in the cup. Glenn Hoddle's jacket looks lit. I don't want to know the price. No, I can't buy that. Looks mad though. Jack Wilshere, my guy. DG, can we have cold Palmer Odegaard convos? You're a Man United fan. Then, all right, put him in that. Put him in the discussion. Make sure he doesn't lack. Cole Palmer's a bad boy. I don't think he finishes he ends up as a right winger. I think he is a 10, but I think he could even play 8. Pascal Silgan, he was meaty, but he was decent. Kim Calstrong, I swear he scored a penalty for us. Allow him. Carl Walker down this right-hand side. Him versus Destiny and Doggy. Oh, he brushed off and Doggy there. Carl Walker. Phil Foden, you know he's not using his right peg. Phil Foden. It's done well, really. Rodri. Oscar Bob, no. Guardiola, this left-hand side from City's a bit meaty. Oscar Bob, you're not going to make it. Guardiola, you're a bit booky. He's found his fellow club and country teammate Kovacic. Rodri. Guardiola, I know, I hear you for making that run, but you know you ain't got the minerals. You ain't got enough drip in the final third. Kyle Walker tries to cross, can't get past, and Doggy. Dude was crap last days. Wenger had lost it. Wenger's my guy, but he was moving crazy at some point in his Arsenal career as our gaffer. You're right. The year Spurs won the last trophy, they beat us in the semi 5-1 in the second leg. We got smoked. Hasselbank was lit. I think Silgan was better than Scolacci. Scolacci, original bin juice. Another one. I'm not being funny, but Scolacci, Who else? Silgan, Tavares, people of that ilk. Sonogo, even though big him up for the FA Cup. You can look at some players before they've kicked a ball and you're like, yeah, you're crap, you know. Guardiola's made a lovely run. Oscar Bob. This left-hand side City, man. This ain't it, man. This ain't it. You have to change something. Oscar Bob. Guardiola, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. There's nothing. Bernardo could even go out there. Kovacic. Found Foden somehow. Phil Foden. Alvarez. Oh, that pass from Alvarez was horrible. Werner. Werner's soft, you know. Because it's a throw-in for City, but you could have really helped Spurs out there. Them City players should not be winning it there. Unfortunately, that's the end of the first half. There's been really nothing to talk about. I think City started very well, very threatening. Haven't really been good enough in the final third. There has been a disallowed goal from Oscar Bob. I think Spurs have Spurs have taken the punches that you would take against the City side. I think as the game went on, they've somewhat grown in there. Pause. I wouldn't say they've created clear-cut chances, but I'd say one wonders, had Pedro Porro's delivery been a bit better for Richarlison, what could have happened there? But there's not really been any, neither keepers had to do anything of any significance. So that's why it's 0-0 in a game like this, where you've definitely seen crazier games between these two sides. Not really anything to waffle about. Man can't say Theo Walcott was crap. Was he soft? Was he inconsistent? Did he do that light skin crap? Yeah, 100%. He did all them things, but you can't say Theo Walcott was a dead baller. I think Theo Walcott was definitely annoying though. Because every year, I want to be a winger, then I want to be a striker. And boy, I didn't think you should have been given the number 14, let alone who's holding it now. But you can't disrespect Theo and put him in these conversations. Theo Walcott is never in. Smash the like button if you haven't, people, as well. Theo Walcott is never in them silly discussions. So it's a replay. If it's a draw, don't need that. I'm of the assumption that it will be a replay. I'm sure neither team wants it, but it probably favors Spurs a bit more because you're in less competitions. And obviously the dynamics of stepping to the Etihad is different. But I mean, if I was a Spurs fan, I wouldn't really care about that because you typically do well against City. Mustafi holding Socrates. Pardon me, holding Bin Juice, but hail him up for the FA Cup. And I don't think for the vast majority of Rob Holding's Arsenal career, he's been rubbish. Or he was rubbish, better yet. And I do wonder, I genuinely believe, like, I'm not saying he would have got an England cap, but the way he's playing, he could have been called up into the England squad before he got that first big injury where he clashed with Rashford. Don't get twisted. He definitely weren't the guy. Like, you know, we've come a long way from Callum Chambers and Rob Holding's centre-half pairing. Oh, Lord. Javinho, rubbish. He hates Arsenal now, allegedly. Socrates, another rubbish one, but I always think he played with his heart out, really, man. I think he's better than a lot of players, really, if I'm honest, that I've seen. Mustafi, original dream seller. And yeah, Mustafi's there purely because we played this very team, Manchester City, in the League Cup final a few years ago. There was no VAR, of course. But if you remember, City done a counter-attack from, I think, a corner or whatever. We're on the halfway line, obviously. All the other Arsenal players are trying to run back to the halfway line. Mustafi's the furthest man. Sergio Aguero is running down to the back of our net, like advancing on goal. Mustafi's still on the halfway line doing this. At big Wembley, looking to the linesman. Forget it. You know, Royce gave Mustafi a career in England. Because at least, you see why life isn't fair? How the hell has Mustafi won the World Cup? It's not fair. And he only there because Royce got injured. At the time, Theo Walcott was getting the Saka hype. He was the OG star boy. Boy, Sven-Jon Eriksson, I hope he gets all right with his health problems, man. And we're hoping for the best. But he thought Theo Walcott was going to be the guy. He called him up for England without anything, you know. I swear he didn't even kick a ball for us when he signed. He called him up for the World Cup. Could you imagine in today's day and age with Instagram, if you're a young 17, 18-year-old, 16-year-old, however old he was, hey. And I think Theo Walcott carved a good career out for himself, but he was never going to be an Henry replacement. He was never going to be a madman like that. Did think he had a couple of injuries. Didn't know if he wanted to be a winger or a striker. These things cost him. Javinho was one of your favorite players. Oh, Bentner. Who? Oh, sorry. You're rating Theo. Apologies. Theo. The hatred I had for Yannis Sanogo. He was toilet. He was too tight. He was rubbish, man. Big him up for the FA Cup semi-final, though. He did move mad. He did move mad in that game. This game is so boring. Boring's harsh, man, because things are happening. I've definitely watched some boring games with you lot, but I wouldn't say boring. Low key, nothing of significance. If you're not watching this game and you're just listening to me, big up you lot. Are you missing anything? I wouldn't say you are. I wouldn't say you are. You could easily watch this in the highlights. And to be honest with you, both teams have kind of gone strong. Well, both teams have gone strong, really, in line with what they could do. So you probably wanted to see a bit more. I did think there'd be a goal in the first half. I've always been on to Almunia. Well, really, I should be on to Lehman because you got sent off. But Almunia, the way you let Belletti score again in 06, and it's almost any iconic goal Arsenal have conceded, Almunia has been a goal. Like, don't get it twisted. Lionel Messi, quality player. Ronaldo, quality player, can do mad things. I'm not getting onto you for conceding the goals you was conceding, but like, come on, man. You let Ronaldo score from 40 yards. Like, Messi's chipping it over here. I've seen Messi do some serious things to Almunia. Pause. I'm gonna pee off DG, but how's your boy William Gallas doing? I mean, if William Gallas wanted to appear on my YouTube channel, do an interview, let's get some engagement and count up, then cool. But Gallas is the worst footballer I've seen play for Arsenal Football Club in the Emirates era, 100%. Because some man can be crap, but they've never done what you've done in terms of embarrassing this club. If Levy is serious, Spurs are 2-3 good signings away from possibly winning something. Next season, they should buy a striker like Tony. I can't lie, Ivan Tony, Son when fit, and whoever they got on the right, crazy. And I think, crucially, Postecoglou is not going to get every signing right, and there will be bumps in the roads, but he has shown you what he could do if you spend some money and get a certain caliber of player, because I'm sure next season, you know, Spurs are going to qualify for Europe in some capacity. I hope it's not the champs, but they're in that conversation. Their minimum being the Europa. I'm sure they want to win a trophy. He can't really, like, cool, he's getting something out of the Højbjergs, the Emerson Royals when he plays and them kind of guys, but there's only so far you can go with that. Not fair on Jenko, lifelong fan that lived the dream, not having that Jenko slander. Mike, don't do this. I don't know if you're trying to trigger me. Big him up for all of that, but he was crap, man. Come on. Live the dream better than us. Like, that is thing, crap. Who's the next manager of Liverpool? I don't know, man. You know, speculation was ramping up anyways over Xabi Alonso one day going over there. That could happen. De Zerbi's name's been thrown in. I think by default, a lot of German managers will be thrown in. The Hansi Flicks, maybe if Thomas Tuchel leaves Bayern Munich, potentially Julian Nagelsmann, depending on what's going on over there. But it'd be interesting because, you know, one, as an Arsenal fan, I can tell you for free, and I'm sure if you are a Man United fan with Sir Alex Ferguson, it will happen with City when Pep leaves. The first man through the door after an iconic sort of manager like that, it's almost unfair, really and truly. So they might struggle to put their identity. And naturally, Liverpool are going to have to move away from, you know, the high pressing, high intensity. Obviously, I'm not saying you have to. The next manager could be on that. But whatever's Klopp's identity at Liverpool, it's going to kind of have to be about Liverpool Football Club now, if that makes sense. And also, when you look beneath the not the rumours, the fact that Klopp is leaving, Sporting, I don't know if he's the only managing or sporting director, but you've got Klopp walking out the door. You've got a sporting director walking out the door, and you've got all his coaching staff walking out the door. So it's like, if that's a working environment, that's a whole nother regime. You don't know what the next sporting director's on. It all depends what FSG, I believe, what they want to do with what they're doing. So Girona manager's doing all right, but isn't Girona part of the City group? And they lost Mikel Arteta to that company, to Burnley. Not that he's doing a madness there. Do you want to lose another manager through that period? I'm not sure. Marco Reus or Alonso, I can't lie. If they're serious, they stay well clear from Gerrard. Like, come on, man. Like, hey, be serious. Yep, DG, it's a whole new rebuild for Liverpool now. Might be tough for them next few years. I think it's only tough depending on what FSG do from this point, because it came out, you've known since November. And maybe even if you've known earlier, because I don't know when Klopp's contract would have ran out. But naturally, if it's Jurgen Klopp, you want to hold on to the guy. You know Germany are sniffing around him to take over that job one day, and it'd be interesting for the next World Cup if he's actually there. I'm sure he has ambitions of his own. If Real Madrid and Barcelona positions became available, he might make it happen. But what is their identity? You know, City, we know they were doing the money thing. They had Pellegrini, Mancini, all of this. They said, you know what, we want to be Barca. We want to almost mimic Barca. They've let Pep do what he wants, and they put the people in and around so that they can function. You know, I'm not saying that guy that's gone to Man United, he might be the greatest thing for United since sliced bread. Another thing I hate in today's day and age, like, we're waffling about backroom stuff. But they can kind of function. Other clubs lose one kind of key man like that. Who knows? And Liverpool there's been a lot of coaching staff and whatever changes, doctors have left. It all depends what FSG are trying to install. Are they trying to maintain, apart from City being the ones kind of up there? Are they trying to enhance? Because Klopp and City and Liverpool kind of have to rebuild anyways, really. Salah's here for the present. I don't know if in the next 3 years he's going to be there. You're going to have Trent. They have brought in Jota, Diaz, Nunes and all of that. So it all depends what they want to do. Do you want to do that tiki-taka stuff? Do you want someone that is a bit of the Klopp, literally almost a like for like? It'll be interesting to see what they're doing, but they're going to get linked with a lot of German managers for obvious reasons. So yeah, man. Hey, DG, 3 best players of each team so far. From a City perspective, I think Ake's been switched on to situations when presented. I think Kyle Walker's done well. I actually think Foden's popping up in the pockets, if I'm honest with you, really. For Spurs, Van der Veen, I think he's been top today. I think Richarlison's put a shift in up front so far. Bentacle's been tidy, but I wouldn't put him in there. I think Ndoggy's done his thing. I'll give it Pedro Porro. He's just functioning as a fullback. They should get Tuchel at Liverpool. Then second choice should be Alonso, then De Zerbi. Newcastle should get Jose. I think he could do a better job than Eddie. I think you get a Jose manager. For me, especially with the Jose of today, you grab one of them when you make sure you've got the players. Everything is spot on. Like, you've got every asset of that club spot on. Let Jose do what Jose does. If there's anything that needs working, don't bring him. It's tough if they don't get the right manager, or at least move quickly on from the wrong one. They've known, at the end of this, Liverpool have known since November. I don't know how much Klopp is going to get involved or want to get involved, but they're probably consulting with him. They've probably indirectly started contacts with whoever they're trying to get. So they've known since November. You know what? November, December, January, here we are. It's nothing out the blue. And I don't know on Klopp's contract how long it was to run. But if it was till 2025, for example, you'd imagine for the last year or two, or at least 6 months, the owners have been saying, yo, Klopp, let's talk about deals and things. And if you've kind of been given sideways replies, and you knew this was going to happen, like, that's why I rate City, because if Pep leaves tomorrow, there's no guarantee they're going to be successful and do whatever, but they look like they're going to fare a lot better than what in theory Liverpool might fear. Definitely where Arsenal are concerned, Obviously, Man United, after Ferguson, it's been a mess. And there's probably another. Not going to lie, the day Arteta leaves, I wonder if Arsenal fans cry like Liverpool did with Klopp. I mean, someone in gone now, and Arteta's going to have to win something major, really, if I'm honest. If FFP stuff kills City at the end of the season, does Pep move to Liverpool? You never know, but you're not going to get the bag over there. They don't splash the cash like City United usually, though. Yo, DG, Frank Lampard went back to Chelsea for a second time, so I wouldn't be surprised if Gerrard gets the job. True, he did. The second time was an interim. But unless Gerrard has become a dramatically better manager, and he is of the same standard as a manager he was as a player, boy, I'd be all over it, Mike. Of course, I would have loved to have been in Jenkins' shoes. Like, from an Arsenal fan point of view, do your thing, but I'm not gonna lie, he was crap, bro. Like, we all know he was rubbish. Mad rubbish. Mad crap. Jenkinson was horrible, man. But big up to him. Lived the dream. Such is life. He must have won something. Cut the track, people. Off topic. Wait, what? Wait. This can't be David Ornstein's legit account. Is it? Oh, I'm following it. Brighton in negotiations with Leicester to sign Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Liverpool want 30 million, gap in valuation, but talks ongoing. Competition from Brentford, in brackets, Arsenal and Fulham admire too. David Ornstein, please don't tell me you're using Arsenal for a little bit. Do you know what? He's not a bad player at all. Funny thing about Jose, he gets fired wherever he goes, but manages to leave with a trophy. He must be reading that Bible quote in the morning. Anything I shall touch shall prosper. To be fair, he might have even got a trophy for Spurs, but Levy tried to snake him. It didn't bang. Whoever comes in is getting a proper squad, unlike what Mikel Arteta got. I hear it. Trent to Madrid, you never know. I don't think Trent needs to or wants to jump ship at any given moment in time. But it'd be very interesting, as I said, what Liverpool's philosophy post-Klopp will be. What sort of identity would they want? who the coaching staff, and also if they go for the sporting and technical directors as well. And also, you know, I don't know if they'll give Salah a new contract or he fits their remit. I don't know the same for Van Dijk, etc. We'll be keen to see naturally that sort of transition, but there will be bumps and bruises. They might get it wrong, but if you get it wrong, try to get it right. Like, how often? I don't know, people. You lot tell me. How many times? Even I'm sure, even when Klopp left Borussia Dortmund, how many times as an iconic manager or someone that's been, you know, fitted the system to a T, how many times have one of them guys left and a club's got it bang on the next appointment? I'm not sure. Feel gutted about Tierney. Death, taxes, and Kieran Tierney injuries, man. Pardon me, didn't he get injured in the shower once? Love him, but pardon me, your legs, your thighs, something's made of glass. Jeremy Doku on the bench as well. Pep chatting to him, probably telling him to get warmed up. Boy, you got Grealish and all these players on the bench. I like Drewsbury. I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he moves the needle and he gets us closer to a Liverpool or a City, but yeah. Not bang on, but maybe Chelsea out of luck. Roman error. I mean, Chelsea, in my opinion, always going to be a club challenger things, but like they've lost their identity post Roman, isn't it? Like they've got too many players. It's unclear what specifically they're trying to do since them new owners have come in, with how the whole Thomas Tuchel thing was, with what Potter was, with currently with Poch. Really, I don't know why, but it was a bit delayed for Spurs to come out. They are out. He likes the hard food. He should ask Sakura and get you for proper African food. Fabio Vieira needs that. Fabio Vieira needs the same diet Bernardo Silva has. Every time I see Bernardo Silva, I always think, Fabio Vieira, what are you doing? I don't expect you to be anything like Bernardo Silva, but he's slight of frame. He probably ain't pushing 200 kg and that, but he don't just get barged off the ball. Ref, come on. It's getting late. It's a Friday. 7 minutes past 9 p.m. in the United Kingdom. Big up you lot tuned in. If you ain't hit the like button, hit it. I'm waiting for Richarlison to kick off, folks. Not really been anything of significance so far. And there we have it. Finally. I would love Barella in the summer, but them Italian clubs are not Italian players, sorry, they're not exactly forthcoming with the part in their current employers. And them kind of brothers, just put the bread down. If we're not talking money, you're not going to get them. Brennan Johnson's kind of quick, in it. Ortega is excited to come off his line. He's found Ake. Thought that was poor from Ake. Romero. Thought that was poor from Romero. He's found Højbjerg, however. Pedro Porro. Bentacle kept it on. Final success. Nah, man. Sounding like Mighty Ducks, man. Seeing Pep treat Grealish like that is harsh. I wish we had him at Arsenal. I rate Pep. Pep's not here for feelings, bro. Like, whether he gets it wrong or not, you ain't signed yourself. You haven't made yourself certain. You haven't put yourself in my thinking. So, F your feelings. This is what we're doing. If I'm Jeremy Doku and Grealish, I can't lie. I'm mad. You're playing Oscar Bob over me. Mad. Kevin De Bruyne, I'd be a bit frustrated, but his is more of a fitness thing. Good hold-up play by Richarlison. I'm not going to lie. He looks like he's found his feet in his Spurs shirt. And Grealish knew what time it was. You know what time it was going to City. It's the big leagues. If you're not doing the business day in, day out, then you're getting dropped. Christian Romero. Pedro Porro. Bentacle saw the movie pass. Does the switch of play happen? It finds Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva. Jack is whack. How on earth did he pick him over Sterling? That's harsh. Grealish is defo not a whack footballer. I'm taking Grealish at Arsenal. I'm not expecting goals in that, but will play well. Phil Foden. Kyle Walker. Kovacic tries to play a give and go with Walker. Not enough on that, and Doggy's not slow himself. Vicario meets the head of a Spurs player, Richarlison. It's Bernardo Silva now. That's harsh, man. Grealish ain't whack. I think when Wenger left the club got the manager right. I just think the squad and the other people in the club's management were-ish. Look at the Villa situation there. Yeah, I mean, Emery always kind of flatters to deceive in the league, but as you see in present football, you're bang on the money. you know, if the people above the manager on a joke thing, it's issues. And that's where I think, you know, as an Arsenal fan, I'm not gonna lie, I sit here and think all the time about what would have been if, because there was a time, I would say maybe like 2014, them kind of times there, people. If Julian Alvarez, how? You're not gonna make it. How? Unless if that's either fantastic defending by Van de Veen. I don't know if the offside flag would have happened. I hope for your sake, Alvarez, it was great defending. No. If you're just listening, I can't explain it. Oscar Bob's been quiet. He's picked out Julian Alvarez greatly. Okay, so corner is great defending. I'm gonna let him off. But yeah, we done Emre dirty, man. Like the people above, it's not if the people above the manager are not being serious, then there's only so much the manager can overachieve. Even Klopp, slyly, FSG, they've given him money, they've spent money, but they've not been the most serious. They haven't exactly tried to want to get closer to City like that. It's what the boys and Klopp can kind of achieve, and at the same time, they have spent money. But you get the point. Throw into City when they're ready. But yeah, you're right. Like, and again, as I was sorry, I remember my trailer thought. I think around 2013-14, it felt like we could have got a Klopp or a Pep if Wenger stepped down. Now that's a whole nother talking point in itself, but it felt like we could have. And I think our club's fortune might have changed. But sometimes I sit there and I think really it wouldn't have, because Klopp would have had to work with Klopp probably would have worked out better than Pep based on the restrictions, but that wouldn't have worked out. Pep probably would have sat there and said, I need this, that, and the other. They're giving him some madness, so it probably wouldn't have worked out. Our owners are on a joke thing. I've lost hope in them. To be fair with you, I hear it historically, but I think the Cronkies have put their money where their mouth is. I don't think you can blame the Cronkies for Arsenal simply put bottle in the league last year. Even though, yes, two truths can be held in the same realm. We weren't expected to be in a title fight. The club chose not to sign, like there was money. The club chose not to sign play. That year we lost out to Spurs when they got Bentancur, I think Kulusevski, Arteta and Eddie, rightly or wrongly, because I understand not buying for the sake of it, but they did whatever they were doing. You know, and to be honest, if we're in FFP problems, I don't blame KSE, because there was 65 million that could have been spent more wisely. I didn't tell them to spend. They didn't tell Arteta to spend 30 million on thingy, on Fabio Vieira, or bring in Lokonga. And I'm not saying recruitment has to be spot on, but I didn't tell you to do that. They didn't tell you to gas up Mudryk and not get it done and not keep it under wraps. I don't think you can blame them. Any successes or failures on the recruitment front, I think that's down to Edu and Arteta. I think it's kind of clear, and I'm not defending them. I think it's clear to see what KSC do. They get the right people, quote unquote, in place, and they leave you to their own devices. And I think it's kind of worked in terms of the rebuild, but league Arsenal in terms of the rebuild, I think everybody has sung from the same hymn sheet. Now, if you're talking winning a league, this is where Edu and Arteta need to allow the naive thing. It's another corner to Manchester City. We spent dough, Mike, bro. Man can't, bro. You signed Kai Havertz, bro. You signed Kai Havertz for 65 million. Any man can't talk about the owners. You can't talk about the owners, man. Cannot talk about owners. Who told you to do that? You bumped yourself. It's like listen, allow me, don't cancel me. But it's like, you see when you get an email and somebody's telling you, "Rah, you're a Nigerian prince, you've won the lottery. Just put your bank details in and you're gonna get 5 million." If you do that, you're an idiot. We chose to rip ourselves off with the Kai Havertz signing. We can't talk about the owners. Fair enough, they probably signed off on it, but Arteta probably gassed them. Hey, Grealish is a machine on his day. He can't even get into the English starting lineup. I don't think Grealish is a winger. Too slow, one-trick pony. You're harsh with them ways, man. And I thought you was harsh when you was rating Mudryk. You need to become a content creator. You'll get me views, you know. You will get us out of the hood. It's here on this left-hand side. The pass for Oscar Bob was intercepted by Højbjerg greatly. Bentancur, is he going to get away? Poor pass from him. We're going to get away with it. I thought Kulusevski was fouled there. Ref is saying, forget that. To be fair, Grealish looked good at Villa, man. I'm having Grealish at Arsenal, but the problem is you spend a lot of money. He's not getting goals and assists. Grealish not a demon like that. Werner, that's a ball if it gets to Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson at full stretch. To be fair, Ortega out very early. Can't lie, I'd be mad if I was a Spurs fan at Werner, you know, because he's not even trying. Like, get stuck in, lad. Come on. But they got Eddie and Arteta, and ultimately the buck stops with them. You're right. The owners, have to take everything like with them. You're fully right. Like everything is indirectly their fault. You're right. They do have to take a bit of the blame. But if I was, they wouldn't. But if they had to come and tell me why a season didn't work out or how it's going, I probably am more critical of Edu and Arteta. I'll be real. I'm probably more critical of Arteta than Edu. Edu, I wish your phone book, you could do a madness. I wish you was one of these sporting directors us football fans look at and they get crazy players from crazy areas and you do mad things. But it's not a that thing. Is that pen? The ref ain't going for that. Spurs are. But, you know, it's not a that thing. And with the Havertz signing, I would have loved for you to said no, but we all know Arteta's name holds more weight. Arteta probably sung the praises. And whether I rate Havertz or not, if the manager and the man above him has said, listen, go and make sure you get this Havertz deal sorted, then you've done it. Oh, that would be a very harsh penalty if it's given against Diaz. And somebody asked me what I hated about the modern day. Defenders are having to do this. And then it's hit into them and it's still a pen. Ridiculous. It's not been given, but ridiculous. A defender has to do that, people. You cannot, as a Sunday League fullback, you cannot defend. Like, how? Oh, wait. It's actually going to get given. That's a shag. In fact, I don't know. This Tierney ref, he's moving mad. I don't know, man. He just gives school teacher vibes. It's very difficult to watch the game without mute. Okay, it looks like a throw-in. But I mean, come on. Anyone that's played Sunday League football, how do you defend like this? Like, there's a winger about to cross the ball. I'm trying to close the surface area. Come on. The game's crazy, man. Big up Malik for that question. Someone needs to clip up all of these things because there's so many things I hate about the modern day. Hate it all. Hate it all. Exactly, DG. Now our targets have to be certified upgrades to win the Prem. It's now down to if Edu and Arteta are street smart enough. It's that simple. Rodri has found Phil Foden. Phil Foden, life's not fair, man. Because Foden's one of them guys. You were just born to kick ball, man. You didn't try to become a footballer. Like, you were just always going to do it. Part of me, wonderful touch. Throwing for Spurs on this left-hand side. No, I like VAR. I don't like the way it's implemented. Big up yourself, Invisible, for subscribing with Amazon Prime. Twitch gang, if you haven't do that. Big up 30 Scope. He said, the hatred I had for Yaya Sonogo, he was toilet. He was too tired. Big up the Twitch gang. I had to replay that. Van der Veen. Spurs finally getting into the game. I mean, how many times have we seen this Spurs against City? City look like they're going to do something. They're terrible in the final third. Spurs grow into the game. Spurs do what they fail to do and take opportunities. And doggy clattered by Kovacic. I mean, Kovacic is known for some tackles. I mean, I'm not backing Spurs by any stretch of the imagination, but I will never, ever forget how Kovacic got away with them crazy tackles in the Premier League against Declan Rice and also Martin Odegaard. I always think football should be judged on playground rules. You know when it's a foul, you know when it's a handball. I hear that. The handball thing's ridiculous, bro. Fact. It's ridiculous. Because, like, what are you supposed to do? Seriously, what are you supposed to do? It's one of them where, yeah, when you bring the images and that, yeah, it's hit his hand. But anyone who's played the actual game, like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you run with your hands. Like, I just don't agree with... There was a stage with VAR, and I think they changed it. I'm sure last season or the season before, it felt like you could just boot the ball into someone's hand. Yeah, that's a penalty. It's hit his hand. Which... There was a point with VAR where I used to get at the refs, and I still think a lot of these referees are incompetent, but the rules are flawed. And if they're just doing what they're told to do in terms of how to meant to implicate, then where do you have it? Did you see the Barca game last night? Yamal, the truth, man. The truth. Exactly. You're just going to fall over. Like I said, for dramatic effect. Like, how do you defend like this? And that's why there's a bias to attackers. Like, come on, man. It's ridiculous. Richarlison, that's decent play. Brennan Johnson, has he kept it on? Oscar Bob into the head of Romero. Richarlison probably looking a bit baffled at his teammate there. Ake. I blame Suarez and Maradona for these handballs. I'm not gonna lie, Ghanaians don't hate me, but I rate anyone that doesn't rate what Suarez and Maradona did. They're not dying to win. Winning is not everything for them. That's what man have to do. Thierry Henry against Ireland. Irish people, allow me, love you lot. Quickly, you got obviously VAR. These things are not going to happen, but you need to do what you need to do. Romero, that's a serious tackle on Oscar Bob. That is welcome to professional football. Do the same thing, the exact same thing. Shout out, man. Barca with the right manager could be back winning things. It's true. But at the same time, it goes back to what we're talking about with Liverpool earlier. Barcelona are a mess upstairs. How many, like, there was a time in my life, Barcelona never bought crap players. Or when they did, they became wavy. I do remember when, who's that centre back, that fake Puyol Pep brought? He was crap. But now, every week, if we was to look in the, like, from like maybe 2011, think about the players that actually play for Barcelona. I'm not dissing Paulinho, Dennis Suarez, that Romero, whatever his name is, Sergio Roberto. Bro, Barca have had bare crap guys. Kevin Prince, bro, time kick ball for them. He weren't crap, but like Barcelona, seriously, really. Yellow cards are us now, and Doggy been booked. Needs to be careful. Yerry Mina, like money laundering. In the words of Eddie Guerrero, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Lie, cheat still. That's what you got to do. To be fair, and Doggy was late. Like, Barcelona have had so many crap guys. Like, they're a mess off the field. And as we all know, in the present day, managers are important, but you could argue managers should be disposable. A club should have a philosophy, whether that's how they're trying to play football. They should be well run and then keep it moving from there. Look at Brighton. Like, Potter's gone. De Zerbi's doing his thing. Off the field, they're still finding these random guys and making money and doing what they're doing. City will probably do that. Hector Bellerin, Braithwaite, and even the amount of times these guys go there when they leave. Too much turnover. Like, you're wasting Pedri, Gavi, Yamal's time. Like, Barcelona are a long way away from even talking to Madrid. Højbjerg, oh, is that a good ball? It's to Werner. Let's see what Werner can do. Werner. This is promising. Probably the best thing I've seen him do in British soil so far. Kyle Walker. Well, to be fair, Werner's seen his team win. Aubameyang. And then Aubameyang was more the contract stuff around the club. I would take 10 players from their squad, especially with the players they find themselves. Edu even played for them. I swear we go whip out the barbecue and make something happen in chat. Spurs could be in. Brendan Johnson. Oh, it's behind everyone. I thought Spurs were going to go 1-0 up there. Richarlison probably slowed down play too much. Kulusevski, never a pet. Kulusevski, you're shameless. Shameless. He knows he can't even appeal that one there too much. That is shameless. But I rate Bellerin. That's how about you got to Barcelona? I think the injuries and the diet killed Bellerin. Boateng's a player, but Barcelona. It's not even dissing him. Barcelona. I think Kyle Walker's giving away a foul. I think the rest giving him a talking to. I'm not gonna lie. I did think that tackle looked a bit mad from Kyle Walker. What did he do? He nutmegged Kulusevski. It's not a booking. It's a free kick, and that's it. Can't give anything more there, but that's silly from Walker. That's quite childish and immature from a quality and experienced fullback. If I'm completely honest with you, look. Free kick to Spurs. Can they make anything happen? Apparently, Spurs failed to record a single shot in the first half of a home game for the first time in any competition since 2020, which was also against City. So, yeah. Big Gabby, apparently, if you're an Arsenal fan, has been credited with 2 goals against Crystal Palace now. FPL points. Ooh, what? Less than half an hour to go, folks. It's still 0-0. The threat of a replay pending. The more the game goes on, I said I think Spurs are winning at the start, but I just think it might just be 1-0 Spurs. Pedro Porro, I mean, as a fullback, seeing my fellow fullbacks take free kicks. They used to call us failed wingers, and now look at us. We done come up out the struggle, man. Werner. Can't lie, he's one of these players. What I pay this guy for? I mean, I fancy Arsenal out of Barca. Out of all the big historical big teams, Barcelona, Bayern, all of that, I'd rather play Barca. Brendan Johnson, Romero showed why he's a centre back there, killed the move. It does. I don't know what it is in the water. It must be one of them things, but Spurs are always up for playing City. Always up for it. Oh, well, Pep saying, yeah, I'm watching your stream, mate, and I'm bringing on Doku and Kevin De Bruyne. It's about to get real. It's about to get real. Doku, you need to make sure you're listening to Pep because the way you're playing, you might not last. Might even loan you to Burnley, help out his former manager. Spurs look like they got the bit between their teeth. I'm not going to lie, that looked very late on Romero from Rodri. I don't know if he'll get in trouble for that. That looked naughty. Maybe I'm wrong. That looked naughty. Based on Romero's reaction, it must have been calm. It was an accident. I just don't trust Rodri. Who's better, Foden or Pedri? For me, Pedri. Foden's a bad boy, but I just think Pedri's lit. He's not going to get the goals and assists, though. Love Pedri as a footballer. Been saying that on my channel. Pedri's lit. The fact Spurs can consistently do this versus City needs to be studied. Trust. Oh, they've taken it on. Whoa, wow. Ref, you can't let Spurs take it again. Are they going to take it again? Pedro Porro tried to take it quickly. It did not bang. Porro's acting and he's telling Brendan Johnson, wake up. Maybe he's right. In fact, I'm going with my fellow fullback colleague. Yeah, he's right. I mean, the last time we saw Kevin De Bruyne come on, he was scary. Oscar Bob off, you're not going to make it, man. You need to go on loan, bro. You're not going to make it. At best, it's a Cole Palmer thing. You can get a move. You're not going to make it. Jeremy Doku talking about tactics. Can't lie, I wouldn't listen to him still. Musiala or Bellingham. For me, Bellingham, but Musiala, another guy I got a lot of time for. See, there's a couple players I enjoy watching. Musiala's one of them. Pedri's one of them. Bellingham's one of them. But I rate Bellingham's mentality a bit more than Musiala's. Like, you ain't had to be a savage like that. You just got the Bayern move and completed football at like 16. He was in Brum, Dortmund, losing to Munich. Now he's with the Madrid guys. Bellingham's got that dog in him. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne has lost the ball, but City still have possession. So good ball into Phil Foden. Man on! Foden's knocked it first time. Oh, Jeremy Doku's rapid, isn't it? This guy's shit, man. Falling on the floor already. Ain't even got the right boots on. See what I mean about his decision making? He's horrible, man. Crazy. This is dead. So many 0-0s. Only Coventry scored a goal and Sheffield just equalised. Boy, which is basically why it kills me when Arsenal fans say at least we're now competing. Spurs always compete. Not here for that, man. Want to win stuff now. Jeremy Doku, that's a ball into Foden. Where is Foden's support? Phil Foden tried to deliver it first time. It took a nasty deflection from a Spurs lad. Looked like it might have went in. It's falling to Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva tries to deliver. I thought he was going to go for the shot and move like my intro. Boy, City haven't thrown any punches in a while. Looking to land a knockout. Musiala is very special. How is Pep bringing on Doku over Grealish? Probably wants to stretch the game and try and exploit tired legs. Doku's thing is more aggressive. Pause. And I would have thought Spurs, I don't know how many minutes in the tank. Well, to be fair, he came back to training this week, innit? You'd imagine Grealish got a 10-15. Don't foul him. Surely a Kulusevski foul. Hands all over him, Diaz. Silly. Pardon me. Bellingham is the best one, but Pedri and Musiala are just behind them, folding last out of the four. Kane making Sane and Musiala look good. Now, respect Musiala, mate. Baller. Born to play. Silly foul from Diaz. Why did you do that? It's anybody's guess. Who wins this? Unfortunately, I said 2-1 Spurs at the start. I'm going to change that to 1-0. It feels like smash and grab game settings. I want my heart, want City to win this, of course. Look at us fullbacks taking free kicks. Pedro Porro delivers. Kyle Walker gets a touch. Højbjerg, which is probably good for City. See what I mean? Horrible. What did Højbjerg see there? Throw in for City. Verts is good. Done very well to get for his injury. We'll be watching him in the Euros very closely. Draw is a replay better for us. I hear that. If Arsenal could buy one next season, who you taking, Musiala or Pedri? Pedri playing the 8 where Havertz is. Don't care how good or bad you play, you're playing every game. Brennan Johnson delivers. Diaz heads clear. Oh, it's offside. I want City to win, but I prefer a draw. Well, do you know what? We'll get another watch along, wouldn't we? So if you lot want the draw, so there's another watch along. Amen. Big up you lot across Twitch and YouTube. Please make sure you're smashing the like button, and appreciative to you lot for tuning in with me. But I didn't know Paqueta and Vinicius were brethren. Paqueta, if I was you, I'd be shameless. Ask Vinicius to get me moved to Madrid. Ruben Diaz has hooked it. You're asking a lot of folding. Oh, to be fair, okay. Romero did one dodgy touch, but you know them dodgy touches where it looks decent. Do you watch any Championship ball? When it's on Sky Sports, but I don't actively go out of my way to watch Championship football. But there's some gems there. And the next Bowen and them kind of players that are there, I'm here for this. Couple, but none really move me per se like that yet. Video soon land. Aston Villa look threatening. Have they scored yet? In fact, let's see. FA Cup fixtures. Well, I think the ball hit Vicario in where it don't shine. It's 1-1 between Sheffield Wednesday and Coventry. It's 0-0 between Bristol, Nottingham Forest. It's obviously 0-0 currently between Spurs and City. Jeremy Doku might change this. Doku's killed Kevin De Bruyne there. Killed him. Pep, it's okay. You got the Doku thing wrong, man. Send him to Arsenal. Arteta can get something out of this frustrating player. And it's still 0-0 between Aston Villa and Aston Villa and Chelsea. Come on, boys. Chelsea tried to play youngsters. It did not bang. And you see how your players were saying, oh, yeah, it's becoming comfortable playing at Stamford Bridge. Jonathan Rose lit Norwich. Shameless. But who did a video of him years ago? But then he must have got famous and unfollowed me on Instagram. These guys. Jude Bellingham did the same. I told people stop gassing up that Napoli guy. KK is lit, but calm it down. People are saying one of the best in the world at this moment. Excited. Even Leao. Leao's not really doing the business like that. I like Leao, though. Romero, there's 20 minutes left of this game, folks. Whoever scores, I don't know, man. You'd be forgiven for expecting as a neutral there might be more goals than lead be in a game like this. But yeah. Yeah, trust. I thought when Bellingham bust through, I thought, yeah, I'm going to get that interview. We're gone. Man said he'll take Doku at Arsenal. No thank Koza Jubri is, but then him. Koza Jubri should be getting some minutes. I'm here for him. I'm here for it, Koza Jubri, but I'll take Jeremy Doku in the squad. Kevin De Bruyne, oh Lord, Kevin De Bruyne looking like someone that ain't played for 20 years. Phil Foden's done well. Jeremy Doku, you're going to let me down, innit? You're not going to make it. This way on the bench. Jeremy Doku, Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri, you only like to shoot against Arsenal, eh? Spurs have dealt with that. Well, Werner's passed it straight back to them, but Richarlison has saved his blusses. Richarlison's probably just looking for a foul to win, to get Spurs further up the pitch. And that's poor from Richarlison. Too easy for Bernardo Silva. They're going to sell Broya for some crazy money. I wouldn't mind Shrewsbury Hall at Arsenal for the squad, but key player? 30 million? Give them a loan with an option for 30 million. We'll chat to you in the summer, then snake it and get Louise and Doug and Zubamendi. Jeremy Doku just needs to understand end product, man. Brennan Johnson. Spurs throwing. They're bringing on Ollie Skip. Who's that for? Looks like Maddison will be entering the fray as well. Well, Brennan Johnson, that's bait, man. I don't know why they bought you, because James Maddison is sort of brother to end up scoring. I mean, unfortunately, that's music to Spurs fans' ears. James Maddison entering the fray. Bentancur off. Maddison on. Maddison, can we have your shirt? Stop bringing your kids here to beg for shirts, man. That's something that annoys me as well. Stop begging for shirts. If you can ask, but stop bringing these signs. If I was a footballer, I'd specifically give it to the kid next to the one asking for it. Stop teaching your kids to beg, man, and idolize people. Kevin De Bruyne, oh, that pass could not be paid off. If Kevin, a fit Kevin, does that. Doku is million overhyped. I just take your Arsenal because you could get rotated in the attacking line. You're quite aggressive in that. And I think there's somewhat of a player there if you could sort out your end product. But you're just yeah. Stop begging for shirts, man. Stop begging for shirts, man. If you can get one, get one. But they always say, oh, I want your shirt. Bro, come on, man. Allow it. It's disgusting. Don't beg. It's disgusting. Word to Kano. 30 million is way too much, but English tax can do a lot. Even Osman, you need to give a player at least 2-3 seasons before overhyping. I hear that. Bernardo Silva's lit, man. Rodri, Bernardo, Ake, Kovacic, Arteta, man. We probably could have got Kovacic for the set significantly less than we got Havertz. This was what he should have got if he was going to buy anyone. At least you could see he's a midfielder. Not I can do everything but nothing. Phil Foden, Kyle Walker. No options really. Phil Foden says, you know, Kyle Walker, Kevin. Oh, Kyle Walker, I'm going to listen, shout me. I'm going to teach you how to pass a ball. Yeah, I said that. I'm capping. But if that pass to Kevin was better, it would have been lit. Kevin De Bruyne, I can't believe that he ain't got a corner. What are you saying in reference to that about Henry and Righty, Malik? Folding in the false nine. I wouldn't mind in rotation and agreed peeps shouldn't beg for shirts. DG, how would Luiz, Zubamendi and Rice work? Boy, someone's got to hold bench, my guy. I can't lie to you. It's got to be Odegaard, Rice, and the Zubamendi or Luiz, one of the two. They're begging for the shirt. Nah, you can ask, but don't beg for the shirt. Don't beg. Don't beg. Don't beg and idolize people, man. I'm not saying don't ask, but come on. You're at home making a poster, begging for stuff. Come on, man. You got to fit that in the car, take that on the train as well. Allow it, man. To be a City players are rotating the striker position. They miss Jesus, I guess. Do you think Foden will finish his career at City and will he ever be first choice? Eventually, he'll be first choice. As for finishing his career, I'd imagine so, but you just never know in today's day and age. Don't think we're getting both Luiz or Zubimendi. Maybe one of them. If that, yeah. Tickets cost more than the shirt, to be honest. True. Give the shirt if you can, but I'm just saying, if I was a footballer, like there's two kids, one begging for the shirt, the other one, I'm giving it to my man. Kovacic. Plays it to Doku, which means nothing's happening here, innit? Jeremy Doku. The Belgian Beyblade. Yeah, yo, you might be, I don't want to say it. Yeah, you're crap, man. Giving it straight to a white shirt. They couldn't have more contrasting colors if they tried. You're not going to make it, man. You're going Celtic and them things on loan very soon. I hope it's Zubamendi. We only need 1-6. But Luiz can play further forward. And you know what? With Luiz, he can take set pieces. I do want, personally, Declan Rice, another 6, 8. That's what I'll say. And Doggy bullied off the ball. And Doggy, you better get up. There's no way that's a free kick. Arsenal ain't doing niche this window. Chelsea Villa finished 0-0. Imagine we did a watch along for that. So they take it to Villa Park. Hopefully the Villains can do something. And I ain't seen the goal, but Malik said a goal was ruled out for VAR. Same old Chelsea. Always cheating. I know that ain't their chant. Jeremy Doku. Kevin De Bruyne. Guardiola. Ake. Can't believe we ain't big Spurs City. We have not seen a goal. This is mad. I hope we don't go out like that. I hope Spurs don't score, but 0-0 watch along. Peak. Jeremy Doku. This guy appealing for corners. The ball ain't gone out. Hey, you're a crap, man. Hella groupies. I don't see Zubamendi hype. I do. He's lit, but you don't need to see the hype. Just do your job. Just be Spanish, intelligent Spanish midfielder. Do your job. I'm here for that. Not every player Arsenal signs needs to be amazing. I'm not saying you said this. Ole Skip venturing forward. He tried. He did try. The ability weren't there, but Skip tried. He actually tried to do the right thing. Well, Pep, It's your fault. It's like Arteta with Havertz. If you're getting vexed at Doku, you paid for him. They zang Pep though, man. I know they just sold him. I know they just sold him the highlights. A negro. Let me stop. Icy free. They just showed him wavy skills and he thought I could do with it. But they never showed him. Pep never got proper analysis. I mean, I got videos about Doku. I would have wanted him at Arsenal, but you're one of them guys. You're either going to go up several levels or you're going to be rubbish because you're going to play like this for the rest of your life. As long as you do your job, hype means nothing. Hey, we don't advocate studying and hurting people. Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri. Hey, Rodri, you're asking a lot of Kevin De Bruyne who just come back from it. Romero's going to savage him. Bro, what do I know? He did. He won a corner. Bro, Kevin De Bruyne. Tougher than he looks. Oh, Spurs, you might be in problems. Romero, that looks like a hamstring knock. He's gone. Kevin, why are you helping him? See, this is what I hate with the modern day. I hear it. Injuries. You play for City, he plays for Spurs. You don't get paid for that. I understand why it helped him, though. That's why I said it immediately. You can see Romero. That definitely gonna hurt. Ooh, it's me every Sunday. That's why I hate playing Sunday League now, man. Pep playing like he's completed Football Manager, just buying players off the highlights rule. Amen. Really, this is going to end 0-0. Kevin De Bruyne takes a corner. Yeah, you're looking rusty today, Kevin, man. Bernardo Silva squares it. Rodri. Bro, why are you not trying to shoot, man? You lot don't... City don't care about FA Cup. Because you lot don't move like this in the Prem. You know I can't say whatever words you said there, but it would be good to see that trio in midfield. You know I can't say that word. We just about passed English over these sides. Anthony hype, Mudryk hype, just saying. I don't know who I'd prefer out of Anthony and Mudryk. I'd probably prefer Mudryk. Hey, both them teams got ripped off. This is what I mean. Wingers in today's day and age are crap, man. Jeremy Doku, come on, show us something. And we're all rooting for you. Doku. I'm making noise for no reason because if you're not watching, Doku lost the ball millions of years ago. And Doggy's got caught in possession here. Bernardo Silva. Ay, that's a pen ref. There's hands. Maddison got sent for a bagel. Quickly, ref. That's hands. Ooh. Now you're on your villain up. If it goes to a replay, hopefully Son is back. Oh, mate, Spurs are just getting all their players back like Avengers, isn't it? Looks like a replay thing. None of these teams wanted to win today, man. Of course, I'm being harsh. I'm just being sour because we're seeing a 0-0. Jeremy Doku. Højbjerg. You're the luckiest man in that stadium. Completely flapped at the ball. Bernardo Silva's shot has gone straight into the hands of Vicario. You're the luckiest man. I don't know what they call this stadium, but it's still White Hart Lane, man. I'm not even as an Arsenal fan, I'm going to just say it from now on. Spurs, I'm not acknowledging anything other than White Hart Lane. This is what you lot's things called. Bro, of course I can't say that word. What the hell did you say? Maybe this is why I ain't on Sky Sports anymore. Bro, forget about it. I need to hear Google say that first. That's a biff. Højbjerg. Oh, that touch. All right, Højbjerg cheating. Oh! Kevin De Bruyne. Somebody needs to slap Højbjerg. Kevin De Bruyne, what's going on? We just spoke about Højbjerg. Spurs are playing out from the back. Honestly, the first touch looked horrible from Højbjerg. It got picked by Foden. Kevin De Bruyne shanked it wide. A fit Kevin, it's probably 1-0. And that would have been a silly way. Look. Pep ain't even vexed. Pep's just like, what's going on? And I said it before, I have to say it again. Højbjerg, the luckiest man in that stadium. When you see people do things like that, you think he's on an Ivan Toney thing. You have to be match fixing to do that. What did you see? You're playing Manchester City. The manager's told you to be brave. Don't be stupid. Doku trying to one-up Martinelli and giving the ball away. This is why I rate Saka highly, man. Man Rowley hardly gives the ball away. It's true, but Martinelli's my guy. Pedro Porro, I've been there as a fullback. You try to do too much, ball goes out of possession. Sorry, better yet, Romero. But the same. But Kevin De Bruyne don't care about FA Cup, man. Doku, that's not a foul. Told you to get up. Doku, shit, man. Pep, don't. All Pep can laugh. He laughed. He's probably looking at his recruitment staff like, I told you this guy was meaty. I shouldn't have listened to you. Doku, you're going Anderlecht and them things there on loan. I swear I'm going to see you at Ajax next year. Now City are about to go out of the FA Cup. I spoke too soon because you've got Werner. DG, I'm selling my Smith Rowe stocks. Immediately come off the screen. We'd never do that. Immediately get off. And of course our owners are vexed at Arteta. You spent money, bro. I need to start showing stuff. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you've done such, people. In the summer, we're likely to get a striker and a 6. Realistically, who do you think the club will get? In my opinion, I think a hybrid defender. Potentially that Hato, you, Tony, Zubamendi. I think that's us done. But Hato could be a thing where you stay at Ajax for a year. Only thing Arsenal need is a direct winger, to be honest, someone who gives us an outlet. We need a winger, need a striker, need the Quran, need Jesus, need a centre mid, need a winger. I mean, a centre defender. Ref, he's not injured, man. Guardiola's been carded. Ref, come on, man. I thought football used to be a man's game, women as well, but I thought this used to be a serious sport. Now you got all these woke people making this ridiculous. I sound like them Brexit brothers, isn't it? Kevin De Bruyne's ACL stings rusty already. I thought these things last 1 minute. These things last 1 minute, 1 year. I don't know, man. Not a clue. Guardiola's been carded. Don't think he's looked 100% convincing in the City shirt. 6 minutes left, or there's another tie at the Etihad for both these teams. It's as simple as that. Really simple. Still here with City folks. Tony, I think Defo Hato maybe buying loan back to Ajax. I can't lie. If there's money to go around, I'm on that. And I wish it was like FIFA, because there's certain players in this team. If we can sell and sell well, wait, there's money. Kovacic, Foden's had a good. I Doku. I believe in you, Doku. Come on, Doku. Who said they believe in Doku? You're chatting. Corner. He's earned the corner. To be fair, the odds were against him. Poro did well, but like just the very fact that he went for the shot. Not that I could tell professional football or anything, but Kevin De Bruyne to take this in-swinging corner. That's a lovely one. Bernardo. You man always bottle it against Spurs. Why are you not scared of Spurs? That is it. It must be the area of Tottenham. It must be. I understand there's nothing really here but guys in Pusheisty masks and police and cannabis smells and people picking handbags and that, and chicken glit and that. But I hear it. It must be. That must be the logical reason. I know, because my gym is not quite. Well, I can actually hear the Spurs fans from if I open my window. And my gym is on the stadium. Basically, I get it. Why you be scared? Hella crackheads as well. Big up the nitties. But why you man? Ooh, Bernardo Silva letting Oliver Skip to a shot like that. Very cute bit of skill from Oliver Skip. If it was the other way around, that would be on YouTube. Ooh, you gonna take that? Hey, big up Skip, man. He might have Zerky or Sesko, Mr. Sesko. Rance is having a good day. Man's been calling up Doku since day one. I like Doku, but I've never seen someone hype for Patton in Bournemouth like him before. You're the rare type. You have made, like, when has Pep Guardiola missed with a signing? You're making man miss. And we're running the crap guy finally scored. But Kevin De Bruyne, ooh. Kevin's getting vexed. You know what? The game's not done. There's 8 minutes left. Kevin's doing that I'm getting angry thing. Romero's done well. Kevin De Bruyne is getting angry now. He's getting angry. It's Pete. Zertsky or Sesko. Smith Rowe and Nelson, I don't really care about football. Everyone their age group they've started with are playing regular. It's Hossedoy. It's Sancho up until 2 minutes ago. Sorry, they just had to catch strays. Pardon me. Kevin De Bruyne to take this in swing and come on, City. It's a good one. Yo! Nice! Goal! City, goal! Nathaniel Ake. It's not even Nathaniel, it's Ake. Oi, we're gone. Bang! Late minute drama. Aye, Spurs thought they were 30. Aye, they've been hyping this Vicario, brother. Make sure you're on this thing. Bandulu, Sunday League-esque. Let's go. Spurs are joining Arsenal out of this blood clot trophy. Let's go. I told man, Kevin's getting vexed. Oh, Vicario. Vicario's been a good keeper for them this season. This is horrible. That's horrible. He's flapped at that. You can't complain. You've been done dirty. You flapped at it. Diaz has made himself a nuisance. Ake's reacted first. VAR might save these lots bacon. I can't lie. Such is the game. Yes! Big up, Fat. You're my guy, but yeah, man. Boy. Let's go. Man, talking about replays and all that. What's man talking about? Replays. Game done now. Good game, mate. Bravery hype. Let's go. In fact, let's calm down. I think Paul Turney, they're going to bust case. I don't think that. I mean, I'm not just saying this because I'm an Arsenal fan, but there's fought like the keeper. Keepers are too protected. Nothing's been done there. Nothing's been done there to you. Diaz has just made himself a nuisance. He's flapped at it and done a mad thing. If them man there bust case, or to be fair, I might. Do you know what? Romero just made. I mean, Diaz has made himself a nuisance. There's nothing wrong with that. Get in goal, man. Get your backside in goal. Come on. Madison, shut up, man. Stop reading. Hope you don't get called up for England now. City. I apologize to the Spurs fans that rock with DG's content. I only apologize because you rock with my content. The game is the game, man. Compete hype. Bravery hype. Dead. Let's go. Let's get a second for decoration. As I said before the corner, Kevin guy's a demon. He was getting angry. His corner that led to it. Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, Foden, come on, man. For once in your life, he was back in the beef and he stopped now. Man said Torres, you know. Okay, been clinching the devil clingers against North London clubs. Vicario's been carded. He looks like Alfie Devine, you know. And one thing I hate about football as well. My favorite number is 13. Stop giving the number 13 to the goalies. City. Yes! Another trophy this season for the Spurs. I don't make the rules of this football thing. I just play them, man. Man said tapping toes come outside. Do you know what? Tapping toes, out of all the Spurs content creators, he's one of the good ones. Foden, Mount, both super overrated. Nah, I don't think Foden's overrated. I don't think anyone rates Mount, so there's not all. Okay, nothing there. I don't think anyone rates Mount like that, so I wouldn't say he's overrated. Five minutes left. Ref, how long? Good day, mate. Bravery hype. City finally end their goal-scoring curse here. Did you make a video reacting to all the achievements Spurs have got in the last decade? Probably about 30 seconds. Now, I rate tapping toes, man. He actually knows ball. He's the sort of content creators I like. Yeah, he supports Spurs and we can do the whole tribal stuff, but he gets the game. Van der Veen. Romero. If I'm Romero, I'm saying, boy, I want World Cup with Messi. What are you, man, on? Guardiola. City don't. This does not slip. Kevin De Bruyne. Ref! Whoa! Thank you, ref. Don't let him talk to you like that. Look how Romero's talking. He's swearing. Kids watching. You know who I blame for Spurs losing this or on route to losing this? Man begging for shirts. People are begging for shirts. Crazy. Come on, City. Even with Jeremy Doku, to be fair, City are playing with 10 men because Jeremy Doku is not on nothing. Actually, shit. Toby's better than you. I'll never tell him this to his face. I know you watch my streams. Toby, you're better than not tapping toes, but the guy Toves I play with, you're better than Doku. Never tell you because you're a great footballer, but an absolute sorry excuse of a human being in the football field. I hate you. I hate playing with you as a fullback. You're not interested in defending Jeremy Doku. So you can't even shield the ball from a corner well enough. He's rubbish, man. Man said they ain't Scarlet. Like the West Indian don said to me when I went with my brethren Dell to watch Spurs versus Brighton, the boy in a run. Jeremy Dane Scarlett ain't got football in his body, man. Just looks like he's had curry got. All right, DG, looks like City clinched it, so gonna clock out the stream for now. Good, see you next stream. Big up yourself, man. Be a very short one. Pause. Pressure got to him. I'm here for that. Do you know what the saddest thing is? There's 90 seconds left. Spurs could very well score. Such is life. Ball boys, relax. Ake with a goal from a corner. The difference so far. Ooh, is that Brendan Johnson? He sent someone shot. That ain't Brendan Johnson. Who the hell is number 44? Who is that? Who's that? Just a Spurs youngster or something? Dane Scott. Oh, hey, swear down. Dane Scarlett playing. Shot this guy, man. That man's still forcing the Dane Scarlett thing. It's not a Rashford thing. It's not a Saka thing. It's not gonna happen, man. This is horrible. In fact, folks, stay there. Spurs are losing. I just remembered. I have Spurs supporting friends. Spurs supporting friends. We're getting on them. My phone is fully charged. We're on them. He ain't gonna answer though. He shook. Ooh. 30 seconds left, folks. City knew they couldn't do this. Yo. Remember when you said Spurs win a trophy this season? Don't do that. You said Spurs winning a trophy this season, bro. You know winning. I'm working. Don't do the working thing. You're out to City, bro.
Are we talking about?
What do you mean you're losing? It's the 95th minute. There's Pedro Porro fighting. It's the 95th minute. You're losing 1-0 to City. Why are you lying? I thought Postecoglou was a good manager. What happened to you?
Hey, he's good, man. He's good.
So how do you feel about being another title, trophyless, better yet season for Tottenham Hotspur? Tottenham Hotshot, sorry.
How do you feel about that?
We won something in August, English Super Cup.
You're out of the FA Cup even?
Exactly. You're joining us. We're Arsenal Football Club. We've won this 14 times. How many times in your 28 years, mate, have you seen? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna let you speak. Are you in the Champions League? Are you, bro? My guy, brother. Please just, bro. You're doing a lot. Just answer questions. Are you in the Champions League?
Are you in the title race?
I don't know what title race is. Have you ever seen your team? Have you ever seen you're 28? Have you seen Tottenham Hotspur win a title? I've seen my team win this at your stadium with with one of your former key players. Has Spurs ever won anything? If football ends tomorrow, what have Spurs given? City have given trebles. We've given invincibles. What have you done? You told me there was a rebuild. You told me Romero and my man start ahead of Arsenal centre backs. Why have you not lost it? You saw in that?
Yeah, man.
He looks like the blood diamond's done. Hey, listen, you're doing a lot of that. Why have you lost today? I know when City played us the last 2 times, we won, boy. And we won something in August. What have you won?
It's cool, man.
It's not cool. It's not cool. You're 28. You haven't seen your team win a Prem or an FA Cup. I want better for you.
It's calm, man.
It's not calm. It's not. Why are you calm about this?
Hey, man, I used to get back to work, bro.
That's our correspondent, Mr. What should I call you?
Hey, I don't know, man.
He's getting married, guys. Yeah, so we're out of it. Horrible Spurs fan. Horrible guy. Good friend. Horrible crap. Horrible guy. His head's hot. But yeah, man, I don't know why you'd be a content creator or a Spurs fan, but big up the Spurs fans that tune into my channel. As you can see, to be fair, banter aside, if I was a Spurs fan, I'd be a bit gutted. Let yourself down from a set piece. Feel you competed well. Probably need to fashion more shots than that. I think Spurs probably need a couple more players with a bit more quality on the day in the final third. But fundamentally, no chance of winning the League Cup because they're not out the FA Cup. Hard be not in Europe. Premier League's a fallacy. It's another season without that. So yeah, there you have that, people. But it is a bit harsh. It is a bit harsh. Keller cried in the inside. Honestly, by the time they win the trophy, DG would probably be 100 plus. I hear that, man. But yeah, so far, so good. That's been a fantastic watch along with you lot. The football ain't been amazing, but you lot's talking points, banter, all of that stuff across Twitch and YouTube has been amazing. I ain't gonna bore you lot. You know, you lot enjoy what's left of your night. Again, for my Arsenal fans, hella Arsenal content has come out today. Make sure you take that in and check that out. I spoke about Jurgen Klopp's departure. So yeah, taking the YouTube vids. Make sure you're following across Twitch and YouTube. Tuesday we'll be watching Arsenal, against Nottingham Forest. Peace. And let's see a great goal from a fullback.
Against this right back, Charlie's definitely.
There's always just that active red light. Defenders, I think, is like.
Tongue